The Rewatchables, brought to you by the Ringer Podcast Network, where you can find The Big Picture with Sean Fennessey.
Yes.
You can find Higher Learning and The Midnight Boys with Van Lathan. You can find the Ringer Fantasy Football Show with our producer, Craig Horlbeck.
Bill Simmons podcast,
Yeah,
right?
that's happening
What else?
too. De Palma.
Yeah.
This is our 5th
Okay.
Brian De Palma movie. It's called Snake Eyes. It belongs to another era, an era that I love very much, and it's next. This episode is presented by PayPal. Let's talk holiday shopping. Make the most of your money with PayPal. They give you the flexibility to pay in full. No fees, no interest. Save the offer in the PayPal app to get 5% cash back when you pay later. So whether you're shopping for an ugly sweater party, a work gala, or whatever else, PayPal helps you make the most of your money this holiday. Expires 12/31. See paypal.com/promo terms. Subject to approval. Learn more at paypal.com/payinfor. PayPal Inc. NMLS 910457. Snake Eyes, 1998. It's under 100 minutes. It's in Atlantic City. It's Nic Cage. It's Brian De Palma. They say the title in the movie multiple times. There's a fixed boxing match. There's an assassination. There's a cover-up. There's a dirty cop. Sean, they just don't make them like this anymore.
No, man. You know, I was thinking about this, rewatching it last night. There's a certain kind of movie that I like to call the water slide movie, where once you sit down, like you can't stop, right? You just go down. It doesn't mean that the end of the ride is going to be the best part. And this is a situation where the end of the ride may not be the best part. This may not be the best fall, but the slide down in this movie is so fucking fun. So I'm excited about this one.
De Palma, a lot of craft and care.
Yeah.
Nic Cage at a great point in his career. I threw this movie at you and wasn't surprised that you were excited about it.
Loved it. Saw it in theaters. It's back-to-back years of going into a movie thinking that I knew what the movie was going to be, and then in the first act going, wait a minute, this is different than what I thought it was going to be. In 97, it was Eve's Bayou.
Okay.
Which I thought was going to be a straight horror movie.
Yeah.
That ended up being this great American Southern drama. And then when I went into this one, Face Off was like a couple years before this. So I think I expected more of a bombastic action film than this kind of scene by scene, like totally kinetic driving, spycraft, espionage type of deal. But I totally was engrossed by it.
We'll talk about De Palma in a second. Nic Cage. I'll start here. I'm trying to think, is there a better actor to play a crooked cop who has to make a choice whether he wants to do the right thing or not that we've ever had in the history of American cinema? I don't know what it is about. I have some nominees. I mean, Denzel's done this a couple times. Harvey Keitel, Ray Liotta.
Yeah.
Idris Elba, I think, has that kind of vibe to it, but it's I don't know what it is about an actor matching it with this. Like, I wouldn't buy McConaughey as a dirty cop, right?
No.
Bruce Willis, I would still feel like he was Bruce Willis. There's got to be some sort of scumbag.
Sleaziness.
Yeah.
Sleazy, but I'm still rooting for you. And it's a really hard tightrope, and I can't explain it.
It's really unusual, though, that is the energy that he gives when you look at his background and the kind of roles that he took early in his career and just the way that he is as a person. If you ever see him talk in real life, he's an artist. You know, he talks like an artist. He's from a, very established, famous filmmaking family. And yet he does seem like a sleazeball.
He's got like the chest hair going all the way up to his neck.
His hairline.
Receding hairline. He's just kind of...
I think that part of what makes Nic Cage is exactly what you're talking about. It is a rejection of, I am from a filmmaking dynasty. I don't want my last name Coppola to influence the way you think I should be doing what I am. I don't want to be the Francis Ford Coppola of acting. I want to be this almost force of nature on screen that goes from playing like one of the hardest to watch movies I've ever watched and loved, was Leaving Las Vegas, to then Castor Troy, to this, Raising Arizona, which is the first time. All of these off-built, off-kilter things, almost like a rejection of what you would think a Coppola would be doing as an actor.
Yeah. I like that you flipped him, made him a Coppola.
He is a Coppola.
He's Nic Cage.
He is
changed his name.
He did, but it's funny, when I first learned that, I learned that actually on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
I learned that because there's this skit that they do where they're talking about it. It goes like, oh, if we're talking about good bodies, why don't you mention Sofia Coppola or something like that? And he goes, that's my cousin. And I went, what? It's his cousin. That's why I kind of found it out. But he's, in his career, that's something that, for whatever reason, he definitely did not want to be. I think it's colored the way that he's taken roles and how he's acted and other things.
It's weird, though, because, I mean, he appears really early on in a Francis Ford Coppola movie, right? He's in Peggy Sue Got Married. Yep. He's in Valley Girl. He's in these movies in the 80s. He's in Raising Arizona, where he's got this more, like, comic goofball persona. Moonstruck is kind of an oddball.
Yeah.
And he finds a way to pivot into this, like, really pained, deep, sincere artist in the mid-90s, and then pivots out of that into these kinds of parts. These, like, action star parts with guys who are a little greasy, a little untrustworthy. You're rooting for them, but they've done bad things in their life. You know, Con Air's like this. Yeah. Face Off is like this. It's just
Matchstick Man.
Yeah, Matchstick Man. Yeah, he's a really weird screen persona. He's kind of transformed many times.
He wins the Oscar for Leaving Las Vegas. Before that, he was kind of he was a draft pick for, hey, who could win an Oscar someday? He would have been a guy that was mentioned. And the movies he rips off after that, it was inexplicable as it was happening. And when I did the Action Hero Championship belt, I think he actually had the belt because he's in The Rock and Face Off and Con Air, the City of Angels, which not an action movie, then Snake Eyes and 8mm. Like 5 of his next 6 movies are just like these action movies or action thrillers or all movies I like. By the way, we've done The Rock, Face Off, Con Air. We've done 5 of those 6 on Rewatchables.
Yeah.
But as it was happening, we're like, you're a serious actor. You just won an Oscar. What are you doing?
But also think about those characters, to Sean's point.
Yeah.
Those are not characters that really fit into the archetypes of action movie stuff.
It was like the 2.0 version of it.
Yeah, it's like in The Rock, he is the driving force of this big action movie, but he's
a scientist.
He's a scientist, egghead, nerd type of guy.
Yeah.
And then in Face Off, he goes from being this magnificent evil at the beginning to playing the version of John Travolta's, because it's Castor Troy, and what's John Travolta's name in there?
I can't remember the other character's name.
But and he's like gotta show all of this sensitivity and all of this stuff. He always flipped it. And Con Air, I remember seeing him.
Con Air is a real action movie. He's ripped.
Even that though, he's big and he's got the hair, and it was kind of like that was a way that you hadn't really seen him before.
Wrongfully imprisoned. Killed a guy, defending his wife in a rainstorm, and shouldn't kill them because the
Army Ranger.
He had these skills that he shouldn't have used on another human being.
I've seen the film.
Had to go to jail. Had to go to jail. No, it's just like circumstance that never happens in real life. But in these action movies where they have to figure out how to get a guy in jail, it's never like, he had this 15-year-old girl in his neighborhood. It's never like gross. It's always like, he had these skills and he had to defend his wife, and he didn't know the guy was going to die.
And even that scene in Con Air, isn't there one part where he's just looking up going, like he's so far out of it. They go so far to make you understand that he's not a bad guy.
He's just good at playing guys with baggage, with dark pasts, with this like unresolved problem. Moonstruck is like that too. Raising Arizona is like that too. His best movies are always guys where you're like, what the hell happened to this guy?
Yeah.
Why is he like this? This movie is kind of like that too. It's just like, why is this guy such a scumbag? Why is he such an operator?
And don't you just get the feeling that almost more than any other actor, he just likes having fun on screen?
Definitely. This movie is a good example of that.
He just likes yucking it up, turning it up to 11.
When do you think the wheels kind of started to come off with him as a best actor type of guy? Was it this movie or Face Off? Because Face Off, he's dialing it up.
Yeah.
And because I always thought with Pacino, when he did Son of a Woman, he just kind of morphed into the Son of a Woman guy.
Yeah.
And with Nic Cage, I feel like Face Off, he never shed Face Off in his brain and just felt he's nuts in this movie, which is why I like it.
But if you watch Vampire's Kiss, which he made before this, that's one of the craziest movie performances of all time, where you can feel him just being like, screw it, I'm taking this movie over and I'm doing exactly what I want, and it doesn't matter if any other actor is doing this. And he does tone it down in movies after that, like Red Rock West, right? He's really like low key and cool. But he, even in the early days, was just like, screw it. This movie, safety off. I'm doing whatever I want.
Safety off's a good way to put it.
Yeah, and
that's a good list. The safety off
list.
That's Pacino and Devil's Advocate.
Yes.
He's like, safety off.
But he meets his absolute match in this movie because De Palma is one of the great safety off, encouraging performers, filmmakers. Because like he did this twice with Pacino. Yeah. Scarface and Carlito's Way are amazing safety off performances. So they're so good together.
It's funny about Nic Cage. It is a little unfair the way we look at how his career played out because he's been not just safety off, he's been bazooka safety off for like the last 10 years. But even after this, Matchstick Man, The Weatherman, all of these movies, there are some real understated performances that people really don't give him credit for. Even like National Treasure, of all the movies that he's played where he's kind of played them straight up and down, National Treasure might be one of those things. So it really, for a long time, even after this, there was a great variety in the roles, and some of the roles were a little bit more understated.
He was a high volume shooter. His next 5 after 8mm were Bringing Out the Dead, Gone in 60 Seconds, The Family Man, and Captain Corelli's Mandolin, along with 8mm. I remember Captain Corelli's Mandolin. That's when it was kind of ending for Nic Cage, where he was becoming a little bit of a punchline. It is interesting. It's like a different Snake Eyes. It's not Apex Mountain for him. It's a different. It's almost like last title it's almost like the 1998 Bulls with MJ for the Nic Cage career.
The Last Dance. Yeah.
Yeah. It's almost like Last Dance for him, where you go to Snake Eyes because it's him and De Palma. I still have faith. Everybody's going to make the right decisions. And then it probably ends with 8mm, a movie that I love very much. The film is real.
Well, that movie with that subject matter, he is the only guy, one of the only guys to me, and maybe you guys could think of somebody else, on his level of star that would have went on that journey.
That would have been like, showdown with me and Machine in a cemetery.
Yeah, he was fearless, and he was really into kinky, transgressive stuff. He's still really good, though. He's had like a little mini renaissance in the last 5 years.
For sure.
He was in Pig. He was in Dream Scenario a couple years ago. Like, he's not a huge box office star anymore, but he's still a really interesting actor. And like
Long
Legs. Yeah, every third or fourth movie.
Long Legs.
You like that?
He's still trying stuff. You know, like even if you don't like Long Legs, he's going for it in that movie. Yeah. He's doing something totally new.
There's all kinds of stuff surrounding him about, like, you know, stuff that he's done off screen and stuff that he's bought. And
he's fucking crazy. I mean, he's like a lunatic.
You know what he is? He is legitimately, to me, one of the freest artists of my generation. As far as actors, there are other guys out there, but Nic Cage is totally free. He makes movies like the movie that he made.
By free, you mean bonkers?
No, I mean free, like
he's not afraid to be judged.
He's not afraid to be judged. Like he puts the movie out there. The premise of the movie could be crazy.
So he's like Craig.
Whatever. Like Craig.
You know,
exactly.
He did make a film called Bangkok Dangerous, and we're of course here with Bangkok Craig.
Bangkok
that's
Craig.
right. I forgot about Bangkok Craig.
Yeah.
He's right over there.
Comes out once in a while.
Even the whole Bangkok Dangerous era, that movie, and then Knowing,
yeah. That's a movie that on paper should have been amazing. And then you watch it and you're like, God damn it. What the hell happened here?
So it's not a movie that is great, but it is a movie that is better than you remember it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he has a thing, before we started recording, we were talking about movie stars. He's got a thing where he can just hold a movie on his shoulders. No matter how good or how bad the movie is, if it's an hour and 10 minutes or an hour and 40 minutes, like you can hang with him the whole time. And that is rarer than we realize.
Yeah.
Remember Ghost Rider?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
that was when the wheels came off for him, but I saw that in the theater because I was like, this movie looks nuts and Nic Cage is in it. And
Ghost Rider, if it was released in 2017 in the Marvel machine back then, would have been cool.
It would have been fantastic because you might have got a different take on it. There's also a Ghost Rider sequel that is like almost unwatchable.
Spirit of Vengeance.
Spirit of Vengeance. Yeah, Idris Elba's in that one. It's very, very hard to watch.
Tough one.
But he's also like a huge comic nerd. He's into that stuff. That's a cool character. If you're that type of star, maybe Johnny Blaze is not the comic book character that you choose to play, but that's the one that he wanted to.
De Palma. We've done, this is number 5. There's a few things left on the bone.
What do you really eyeing long term?
Scarface we haven't done yet.
Yeah.
Carlito's Way we haven't done yet. And there's one other.
Dress to Kill?
Dress to Kill we haven't done yet.
Yeah. I think that's the big 3 that are left.
So I found a 1990.
Carrie? We haven't done Carrie?
We haven't done Carrie.
Wow.
I found a 1998 Premiere magazine where they interviewed him about Snake Eyes. And it was a Q&A. And the question was, your leading men often seem ineffectual, dwarfed by insurmountable obstacles. De Palma's like, yeah. Here's his answer. The establishment kind of overwhelms the protagonists in my movies. And it's like the tar baby. It's very difficult to beat. You keep socking it, but you just keep on getting another limb sucked in.
Jesus.
De Palma.
Yeah.
A fucking weirdo.
It's-
I love
He
this
is.
guy.
He is the best.
He's like just a maniac.
I think of all the directors that are out there, obviously he's a really important director for New Cinema, it's called.
Mhm.
Like his movies are the ones that I feel the closest to.
He's a freak like you.
I'm glad you said
Yeah,
it.
he's a freak.
His movies are the ones I feel closest
It's
to.
almost like I was going to have this in What Stage the Worst. One of the most disappointing things about this movie is he kind of suppresses his freak.
A little bit.
When we're going over the hotel rooms, 1970s, early 80s De Palma would have had some crazy fuck scene in one of the rooms. And
But aren't we
this was like mid-50s De Palma, like, I don't need to do that
at
anymore.
this point though, aren't we at the point where De Palma is most flirting with mainstream cinema?
Yeah,
filmmaking?
he's coming out of Mission Impossible.
Yeah, I think he's on the mountaintop. I mean, this is really the highest, the pinnacle of his commercial appeal as a filmmaker. But you think that might have like muted his desire to show some of that
flirts
stuff
with it, right? Like there are ladies in the movie that their sexuality plays a big part in the film, but there's a little bit of holding back to me of that stuff that some of the movies that he made in the past, obviously like Scarface is just
Dress to
crazily
Kill.
violent, like all of that
we
stuff.
did Body Double. I mean,
All of this
yeah.
stuff. But in this, you can feel those urges being rolled back a little bit for the sake of, I want you to see the story and how the story shakes out.
Yeah.
I feel like we're doing something really smart.
All the movies are they're not about the women, and they're not even about having sex with the women. They're about men watching the women. That's what all the movies, they're all about voyeurism. So the movie is still like that. It's just that, like, I guess the women don't take their tops off in this movie, but for the most part, it's just,
well, it seems like
the
he
same
didn't know
thing.
if it should be a PG-13 or an R. And I think it ended up, they said, fuck it, and went for R.
Speaking of that, when we're doing Femme Fatale.
I would argue that's his last great movie.
I know.
Which one?
Femme Fatale. That's a couple years later.
Yeah.
He saw something in Rebecca.
Yeah.
Look, you always know when it's his film. I think it's like Sean and I would always talk about back when our fingers used to work, when we'd see other writers and you could cover their byline and you knew who the writer was.
It's the best feeling.
I know who that is.
Right.
De Palma, like, you know.
You know,
like, I know
how
whose
the
film
camera's
this
moving.
is.
I mean,
Yeah.
as soon as the camera starts moving and you see what it's looking at, then you can tell.
He's always going to take one big long shot swing at some point. Dress to Kill, he does it.
This one might be the granddaddy.
Which is why I always thought, I mean, looking back on it, he was the perfect director to get the Mission Impossible franchise started.
Well, he agrees because it allowed him to do movies like Snake Eyes because it did well and he made money from it.
It's still shocking to me, though, how that worked.
How so?
Because he never made anything even close to that scale of a movie. Scarface is a big movie, but it's only got like 7 characters in it.
Yeah.
And him being able to pull off like the tunnel scene at the end of that movie is stunning.
Oh, just the set pieces,
the
action.
the scope of that movie is so big, but I still love the original. It's so good.
And it's the headiest one of all of them. Some people would argue that the movies became more and more ridiculous from a plot standpoint. But
What's your favorite De Palma?
Ever?
Yeah.
Carlito's Way.
What's yours, Sean?
It's probably
tough one.
Blowout. I mean, we talked about it on the Blowout pod, which I just think is like a perfect movie.
Mhm.
But that whole stretch.
I respect Blowout the most, but I enjoy Scarface the most. I fucking love Scarface.
Scarface, Dress
we
to
haven't
Kill,
even done it on
Blowout.
Rewatchables because it's like I don't want to waste it yet.
I know. All those movies are great. Carlito's Way is great. There's like a 15-year period where he is unmatched and being able to make a sequence in a movie. His sequences are so cool.
You know why I can't have a baby with her, Manny? Her womb is so polluted.
We'll keep going.
No.
But like Scarface, so the reason why I like Carlito's Way, I can't say that I like Carlito's Way more than Scarface, but the reason why I'm more connected to Carlito's Way is because Carlito's Way feels like Al Pacino and De Palma and Sean Penn together doing an actual thing. Scarface is legitimately take the reins off somebody, let them fucking go until they can't go anymore. It is like something to behold. And while Carlito's Way, there's actually really, really deep themes of connection and betrayal, like recidivism.
There's bad hair.
I feel real. Me being
I love Penn's wig in this movie. In that movie, it's so good.
But
Dave, I love Dave.
I love that character. Like
Craig, when we do Carlito's Way between Sean, Chris, and Van, if it's a 3-person pod, we should have some sort of reality show competition where 2 people can make it and the third one just gets voted off somehow.
The Running Man, but
or like it's like bowling at Lucky Strike, just like that.
Wow, you want to have a bowl off to get on the Carlito's Way pod?
To see who gets the 2 spots.
There's an incredible Carlito's Way homage in this movie.
Well, here's the other thing: the long shot, which I think is the signature from a rewatchable standpoint. It's so amazing how they do it. And he's never really said that it was 12. It's 12 straight minutes.
Yeah.
But he's never really admitted it was all 12 straight minutes. So then in this Premiere Magazine thing, they ask him about it. And he says, the movie starts out on the boardwalk, blah, blah, blah. The shot establishes Nic Cage's character as he wanders through the arena and then blah, blah. It's a steady cam shot that goes on for about 12 minutes. Then he says, one continuous shot can really only be the length of a 35mm magazine, a 400-foot load. In Bonfire, that was one 5-minute shot. We went as far as we could go. Of course, you can make it look longer, like Hitchcock's Rope, have somebody pass in front of the camera, keep going. You need artful staging and very good actors. So I think he's saying it was 5 minutes and they figured out some sort of cheat code. And I was watching again and you can see like...
I think it's 4 cuts.
You can see
ultimately.
It.
Has to be, yeah.
He rounds the corner one time on the wall. You can kind of tell.
Yes.
Down at the fight floor, they do it once.
Yes, he definitely is cutting.
It's pretty good though.
The staging of the scenes, even with the cuts, is crazy because of the size of the
It's a
sequence.
fucking boxing match.
He's in a freaking arena doing this. It's amazing.
Guzman goes down the escalator at one point, and you're like, how the fuck did they do all this?
Camera going around that
right
corner. Yeah. That is just wild.
I mean, looking back on it when I watched this, because I hadn't seen this in a while, this is a technically really impressive movie.
Yeah, I agree.
One of his most impressive. It's one of his least interesting thematically, I would say. It is very relevant right now, which I'm sure we'll talk about. But it unlike Dress to Kill or Carlito's Way, it's not like a heady movie about the way that people really feel in the world. You know, it's kind of trashy. It's like a trashy noir movie, but he's using it as this vehicle to do all this cool shit with the filmmaking.
Nic Cage does say one interesting thing, though, at the end. When he was like, basically, he's like, well, at least I get to be on TV or whatever. There's something about celebrity going on in the late 90s that I think De Palma was interested in, but he didn't really hit it hard enough.
Yeah, the movie it's good, and it's one that, I really liked when it came out. It's not quite as smart as it probably wanted to be.
It needs like 10 more minutes, weirdly. Sorry, Craig. 108 minutes might have been able to nail it. There's some sort of thing about instant celebrity and the most interesting part of the movie to me is the fall after, where it sets him up as the hero. And then you're just like, hey, by the way, he was found with cocaine. And then all of a sudden he's just on the boardwalk and he had his moment, it was gone.
But I think that's a reshoot, which we can talk about why. But I don't think any of that stuff is supposed to be there in the first place. And you could have made the case that if they had thought about it more, that they could have made it more this arc about leaning into like what you want out of celebrity and life, which is like a part of that character. There's other ideas in it that are kind of interesting about conspiracy thrillers, but it's more like the classic De Palma stuff of being about other movies. Like this is very much, you mentioned Rope in that quote. He's constantly being compared to Hitchcock, who's his great inspiration. And he's always like looking for a way to take a framework that Hitchcock has and then elevate it. So he has some movies, like Obsession from the 70s with Cliff Robertson is kind of like this. I find Raising Cain is kind of like this.
Yeah.
Where they're like more exercises than they are great movies, where he's like, let me see if I could do this. And they're still crazily entertaining, but you don't walk away from them with the same feeling that you do as like Dress to Kill or Blowout.
Yeah. The movie here is like surprisingly straightforward.
Yeah.
Like things happen, right? You find out that Gary Sinise is your bad guy. There's no levels to that.
Nope.
That just continues to play itself out.
It's revealed and then goes.
It's revealed and then it goes. And there's not a lot of, oh my God, I did not see that coming in the movie at all. That's why the technician part of the movie and it is so important because you need that to keep the kinetic energy of the film going. It's kind of like what's going to happen next from your eyes and not what's going to happen next from your brain. So it's like what the next thing you're going to see rather than the next thing that's going to happen plot-wise. Real quick, where are you on Bonfire of the Vanities?
Oof.
I don't think it really works very well.
Yeah, it's not good.
I do think that sequence that he's talking about is interesting, that long tracking Steadicam shot that they do, but it's like totally gratuitous and he's just a mismatch with the material. Like I think if you had a different filmmaker make that movie, even if you had Scorsese make that movie, it would be a little bit more interesting, but I never get the impression he's like interested in that world.
That's why there's been books and podcasts and everything else done about that movie because it was such a great piece of IP. And then every choice every actor they cast was wrong. He was the wrong director.
Yeah.
It's pretty tough. Every 5 years, I forget that it's bad. And I'm like, oh, you know what? I'll give this a whirl. And it's
you're
just
going to
not
defend
good.
it. Here we go.
I always liked it.
Oh, my God.
I'm sorry. My bad, guys.
Hanks is bad in it. It's weird.
He's also miscast.
Yeah, he's just not good in it.
I always liked it. I think I was at a time in my life.
You were destined to like it.
Yeah. Where it was like Willis, Hank, Melanie Griffith, like all in a movie together, being like that entire. But remember, also I liked, at that time anything set in New York and that whole Who's That Girl, Madonna, love the movie. So like I've always liked it. And I've tried to go back and watch it and find reasons to like not like the movie, but I always go, oh man, I like this.
Well, that came out in 90. After that, he did Raising Cain, Carlito's Way, Mission Impossible, Snake Eyes. It's kind of over after that. Like he didn't really have the commercial movie after that. That's kind of the end of the run, which is interesting because it's also the end of some sort of invisible line with the end of the Nic Cage run, even though we didn't know it yet.
He says something, I read a couple of interviews with him around this time. I wanted to read this to you guys. Something he said right around the release of this movie. He said, I think that something new is coming. I really think that the conventional movie-making world is over and the greatest work is behind us. I really do. The industry sort of peaked in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, mainly because of the turmoil, wars, all that stuff, European influx into Hollywood. That was the beginning of movies, and it's over. It's never going to be again. I think the next thing that's going to happen is going to happen on the internet with interactive media. Now you can have all this video technology, your own little video camera, and edit stuff at home. You can make movies like novels now. You really can. You can make them inexpensively with your friends and put them on the internet.
Wow, and he didn't even see the Prestige TV coming, but he basically nailed 95% of it.
Yes, that's 1998 when he said that.
He was early, but he was definitely right.
Also, his whole class, which we've talked about before, that there's been books written about with Spielberg and Lucas and Coppola, all of them are kind of hitting the end of some sort of road, right? Scorsese is about to transition into his 2000s, which were really interesting.
He's about to take off and become kind of the winner of this coming moment, which is really interesting because De Palma for a period of time was kind of big dogged him a little.
Lucas is transitioning into, I'm just going to redo the IP I did before.
I'm just a corporate god.
Spielberg has his crazy like Minority Report, like he's moving into like that post Saving Private Ryan world, and De Palma kind of doesn't know where to go.
He demands a lot of control on his movies too, and you can tell that he's not able to convince people to let him make the stuff he wants to make. I mean, he's only made 4 movies in the last 25 years.
Some more stuff to talk about this movie. We're going to take a quick break. This episode is brought to you by PayPal. Let's talk about holiday shopping. Make the most of your money with PayPal. They give you the flexibility to pay in full, no fees, no interest, and save the offer in the PayPal app to get 5% cash back when you pay later. So whether you're shopping for an ugly sweater or a work gala, PayPal helps you make the most of your money this holiday. All you have to do is save the offer in the PayPal app. Expires 12/31. See paypal.com/promo terms subject to approval. Learn more at paypal.com/payinfor. PayPal Inc. NMLS 910457. A couple actor stuff to talk about with this. Evil Gary Sinise.
It's great stuff.
So I was thinking we were one Evil Sinise movie away from Evil Sinise month we could have done. Reindeer Games, Snake Eyes, and Ransom. We already did Ransom. But
You want to re-ransom? I
No, I'm
gotta
just
say,
saying we
I
could've-
love ransom.
we could have
So
evil
if you
Sinise
re-ransom,
Is Ransom the peak of evil Sinise? He is a
So I was going to
evil
ask
son
you,
of a
He
who-
is.
bitch.
what's
He
the
is
most
evil.
evil Sinise? I think it's Ransom.
I think it's Ransom.
wow,
yeah.
you dropped the reindeer games in there, huh?
Reindeer Games is in there, but Reindeer Games is not as.
I like reindeer games, unfortunately.
I like it too.
That's a guilty pleasure movie.
But that
for
was
me.
a DVD classic for me.
Yeah.
Man. That was a DVD.
That was
We
out
got
for a
to
while.
do Frankenheimer month. 52 pickup.
Oh,
right?
wow.
We'll get that
There's a
going.
lot of
Yeah,
Frankenheimers
really good
left.
ones.
But like,
What is it about Sinise though that you just make it like, oh man, this motherfucker?
he's got that thing. Like even at the end of Ransom, where the kid hears his voice
Yeah,
and he starts peeing himself. Like Gary has that thing, that intensity, that face where he can go from somebody because he does this in Ransom and also in this movie.
Yeah.
Where he goes from a face that you're supposed to trust. And then as soon as the turn happens, he is legitimately a face that you can revile in one thing. And like
and
the energy
Gumpy does
can
the flip. He feels like he's evil, and then
and
you
then he
root
flips it
for him.
again. Like
Yeah.
he's like he can do either thing so effectively that it works in movies.
Who is the modern day Gary Sinise?
There is- it doesn't
I mean,
exist.
these
No.
kinds of actors who are like, he was pretty much a star.
Yeah.
You know, Academy Award.
Because he had the Apollo 13 piece too, and Gump, he's the
Gump, he
third
became
lead
so
in Gump.
famous. Yeah, I mean, that's a really interesting thing where he's got this incredible stage background. He transitions to Hollywood, and he gets cast in big Hollywood movie after big Hollywood movie, whether he's the hero or the villain. And he's not a heartthrob.
No,
He's not always the villain, right? He's not like JT Walsh or something. Like
Right.
he is,
no, he feels like
He's
he's
like
a
a
little more
high-end-
leading manish.
but he's like that weird, really weird blend between character actor and leading man, right? Where like he could carry a movie. It's probably not ideal if he's carrying your movie, but if he's in the number 2 spot, like in a movie like this,
he's Scottie
it's probably
Pippen.
gonna be good.
Yeah,
It's like he is a super duper talented like backup quarterback
Right, right.
to where
The Jeff Hostetler
Yeah.
of movies. Yeah.
to where you kind of don't know like what to do with him, but he can definitely be a crazy addition to your team if in fact he has to carry the team.
what's your Sinise relationship, Craig?
Gump and Apollo.
Yeah,
Just
see, he's a good guy in those movies.
yeah, but just a really awesome, steady, it's like side character. Oh, who he's good and everything. I like Gary Sinise.
Yeah, I don't know who he is now.
Who's like that guy who can then be the bad guy and stuff like. But you know what? Can I tell you something? The American character actor of that ilk, like you've talked a lot about. I think it's an interesting observation about sort of the next great Italian American actor that can like, you know, you're talking about Liotta or you know the rest of these guys and Robert
Yeah.
De Niro and all of these, but like just the stalwart American character actor, like who are those guys now?
They're on TV.
Yeah. I mean, it's not something movies are even sold on anymore. There are plenty of them,
I'm
but
sure there are plenty.
Sinise is an unusual one. So I was just thinking of one of my favorite Sinise parts is he's Stu Redman in the Stand adaptation, which was on TV in the
Oh.
90s. And he's, you know, I always love that. That's kind of my Bonfire of the
Yeah.
Vanities where I saw it in an age where I was like, this is my favorite thing of all time. If you watch it now, it's a little harder to sit through, but he's so good as Stu in that series.
Yeah, but that movie is still terrifying to me.
Yeah, I
Randall
loved
Flagg,
it.
Who's the guy that plays Randall Flagg in that one?
Jamie Sheridan.
Just
Another
that's
stage
still
actor.
Jamie Sheridan.
That's a mini series, but that's still like a haunting,
Stan's good.
terrifying, weird movie.
Sinise is good because it's like he's a stage actor. He didn't really want to get into Hollywood, but he really loves and he really takes it. And then like
Yes.
10 years later, it's like CSI New York with Gary Sinise.
Didn't he do that show for like 10 years?
There's semen on the bed. Get the blue light.
Well, money's good, right? Everybody
Yeah.
likes money.
Well,
At some
To be
point,
honest with you-
everybody's like, yeah, fuck it. CSI New York.
But
Sounds
to
great.
be real with you, if you look at him, William Peterson,
Yeah.
and like a lot of those
Yeah.
guys ended up finding their homes on shows like that. They're trusted faces that let you know that a procedural or something like that is a serious piece of art.
And who came up playing cops and detectives in
Yeah.
movies, and then they transitioned. Yeah. And then they killed movies.
Did you
so
read
that's
the
not great.
Peterson interview for the 40th anniversary
No.
of To Love and Die in LA?
Your guy
They had-
Bill?
Yeah, he hasn't acted in 15 years. And they asked him why. And he's like, because I've done everything. I don't need to do anything anymore. I want to hang out with my kids and my grandkids. I live in Chicago. I have a great life.
That's nice.
I played every part I've wanted to play.
I respect it.
Yeah, I loved it.
respect it too.
I was like, you do your thing, William Peterson.
I just
He
kept,
gave us Manhunter. You know?
Manhunter, fantastic. Like I just kept waiting for the role or the moment I guess J.K. Simmons is one of those actors that we were talking
He
about.
is.
Yeah. I kept waiting for the role. I kept waiting for the J.K. Simmons moment for
Like the
William
later in
Peterson.
life.
Oh,
Yeah.
a big supporting part.
The I'm in Whiplash. Now you got
So it wasn't Fear with Mark Wahlberg for you?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. I fuck with that movie though.
It's pretty good.
It's very hard. I mean, people keep hearing me saying it's very hard to mention movies that I really don't fuck with.
Yeah, well, like 1991 to 1997, it's kind of like, they're all good.
They really are.
I
would go all the way to 99.
Yeah.
I was watching the last hour. I was doing some work and I wanted to put on something. So I was flipping cable and Fight Club was on, which we've already done. And I was watching the last hour of Fight Club kind of half-heartedly as I'm doing football stuff. And then I just started watching the last 15 minutes and then it ended with the Pixies song. And I was like,
legitimately a brilliant movie though.
And things are blowing up and he's staring out the window and Where's My Mind comes in. I was like, man, we used to fucking make great things in this country.
We don't even have the nuts to make that one now. The movie interrogates too many things. I mean,
it's a nuts movie.
If they made it, it would probably be a little overwrought, a little too self-serious. That movie's winking at you a little bit in a way.
It's very faithful to the book, too.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. One Eddington, One Battle. These movies are pretty angry and pretty much about what's going on. Like, it happens. It just doesn't necessarily happen in the same way.
They are, but there is a specific
great movie.
There's a specific critique and question that Fight Club asks that just would turn so many people off now. It feels like the whole conversation around masculinity, the fact that hurting people makes these guys feel. There would be 1,000 really annoying think pieces.
There were then. I mean, it was not. It didn't
they were
have the warmest reception. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I guess I was part of one of those things.
I was a very angry 17-year-old when it came out, and I was like, "This is clearly the greatest film ever made." You know, like this, there will never be a better movie than this. I've had like a weird relationship to it over the years, but maybe you could cite that movie as kind of like the end of an era in some ways. Like it is 99. It is kind of like closing the book on that.
Y2K really did shift us from here to here, and it's hard to explain.
Not literally, not the computers.
I mean, it just everything felt slightly different after Y2K, and I don't know why. And then 9/11 was the other big catalyst, but it just that late 90s just felt like something.
When Snake Eyes came out, I was like, every movie will be cool forever. You know, like to go see a movie like this in theaters, you're like, yeah, of course this was pretty good. And I don't have to
Snake
get
Eyes
over
came
my
out the
skis
same
about it.
weekend as Halloween H2O, and Saving Private Ryan came out the week before, and it was just like, that's kind of what we did back then,
That's
Craig.
I was just so into movies.
Yeah.
I was at City Place, so I was just in the movie theater. My man Stefan worked there. Stefan would hook us up with the tickets. Stefan was the man. But I was just so into movies. Found myself there all the time at that point. And I think that it used to be that it was like you could just make a movie and cool was the barometer. It's just cool.
Yep.
It's just like you make I was watching So I Married an Axe Murderer.
Yeah.
All-time classic.
Like a couple weeks ago. I'm like, would they make this movie now? A movie where there's a whole MTV type of ecosystem because you have the making of the movie type of deal. Mike Myers was on.
I have a take about this.
Would they make that? Would they make just a cool story now that didn't So I Married an Axe? Would they make that movie?
One thing I'm really surprised hasn't happened, because we've talked about many times over the years the SNL to movie pipeline on pods, how there has not been a streaming movie pipeline for SNL actors where you're like, oh, this person's kind of like Chloe Fineman's got something, but maybe doesn't need her own TV show. But maybe let's give her a $20 million Netflix movie and see what happens.
I mean, they kind of did this with Please Don't Destroy, and it was on Peacock, and it bombed.
But that was supposed to be a theatrical movie that Judd Apatow produced, and then it didn't turn out, and then they put it on streaming. I'm talking about shouldn't there be a
Could
little
Marcelo
division?
Have a thing where he's like,
right now he's a perfect example. Where I'm like, that guy's just funny. You could tell he's funny. He could carry something. Make it low stakes. So I Married an Axe Murderer isn't the greatest movie of all time, but it was a road tester.
But this is the problem with comedies now, and why horror movies have just keep ascending, and they just have not figured out comedy at all the way that we had them in the 90s. Because now you just put them on Netflix or Amazon or whatever.
Take some at bats, though.
No money.
Let these young guys take some at bats.
They don't want to take the at bats. I'm with you. I
know we got to get back to Snake Eyes, but I will say about that particular movie. I know.
Wait, what are we talking about?
I know we got to get back to Snake, but I will say with that particular movie, if you look at the movie, right, and it's Mike Myers doing this thing, it's almost like a pilot for Austin Powers.
Yes.
Because he plays the dad.
Yeah.
He's singing the
He's gonna cry himself tonight on this huge pillar.
The whole nine, right?
Son, heed, move.
He's doing all of that stuff, and you're like,
it's a virtual planetoid,
right? And he's singing the Rod Stewart song. It's hysterical, right? And it's almost like proof that guy can play those characters in a movie that it works as proof of concept. And it's kind of like they don't do that anymore.
You know why? Because they overthink everything. We talked about this with Dirty Work. They're just like, Norm Macdonald's, we'll figure it out.
Another absolute banger.
We don't need a full script yet.
Perfect movie.
Chris Farley said he'd be able to have 2 days on the set. We'll figure it out. I think they spend too much time overthinking. What do you think it is, Craig? I mean, part of it is your generation's fault.
Yeah. You guys killed comedy.
Yeah, well, we're trying to bring it back. I think that SNL doesn't cast the same type of people anymore is also part of it. Like they're not. I don't think there's a lot of people who are like character actors on SNL anymore.
Yeah,
like it's rare that they bring somebody in who can do like 10 different characters. It's not really like what they do anymore. So I don't even think the pipeline is set up to work because it's completely different casting now.
Yeah, Shane could have done it. I mean, Shane doing Tires is basically like a 90-minute comedy in 1993.
That's it. That actually replaced his movie, his Dirty Work.
Yeah. Back to this.
Incredible pivot.
We never talked about Carla.
Who's going to go first?
God damn. This is a real Venn diagram for Bill Van Shawn.
Yeah,
this is one of the real like.
You know, we've talked about this.
We got to be professional.
We met on a cold, dark night.
Yeah.
This conversation stays
like
between us.
In a deep Reddit board.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look, man, sometimes people just don't find the right... Sometimes they just don't find the right roles. And we talk about like in the 70s and 80s, it was just because they didn't have good roles. In her case, the role, I don't know whether it was her fault. She couldn't read the scripts. Like, they didn't know which ones to do. No director saw what was sitting there.
I'd love to know how many great roles she finished in second place for.
Right.
And and you guys got to think, man, we're talking about, first of all, I want to say she's had a fantastic career. All right.
Great career.
She has great
Very
career.
successful.
In the 90s, where we're talking about the rise with Julia Roberts as a stranglehold, but then right under Julia, there's Sandra Bullock. There's Cameron Diaz. But
don't forget the Friends thing. And it's like, if you put her on Friends as Rachel, I think she's like an A+ lister.
But
she just never had the one thing.
But all of this, though, this is a crowded field.
True.
And she took the Sarah Jessica Parker, who she was in Miami Rhapsody.
That's exactly who I was going to say. I was like, Sarah Jessica Parker had the kind of career she could have had.
Right.
She could have been.
Could Carla have been the Carrie Bradshaw?
Definitely.
Because the thing about her is she could be in a rom-com. She could be in a movie like this. I think she could have been in like an early 80s De Palma movie. Like she could have played the Deborah Shelton character in Body Double.
Mm-hmm.
And every guy was in love with her.
Devastating.
And I thought she was a good actress.
She is a good
she's
actress.
funny. Like at the end when she's turning on the charm with Nic Cage, and you're like, this guy's a fucking loser. Why? But I believed it.
Yeah. There's a hot moment there where both Carla Gugino and Connie Britton were on Spin City, and I was like, what is happening?
Connie Britton's another one. Think about how long it took for Connie Britton. It took, and then it was Coach Taylor, and it's like, oh yeah, Connie Britton, she's arrived.
Yeah. She's just, I'll just be very frank, just insanely hot in Snake Eyes. Like it is insane how hot she is, at least to me in this movie. And it is weird because she's like still working and doing really good work.
Yeah. For sure.
But there are a few people like we've talked about on the show over the years where you're like, one turn of the dial and it would have been a different career.
Right. You see her now, she's in the Mike Flanagan stuff a lot. Yeah. She's doing a lot of different stuff. She's a presence and a deal. But once again,
it's weird. The last 7-8 years was probably the best run she's had from an IMDb standpoint.
Well, she had Karen Sisco. That was supposed to be a big TV show. That didn't pop, you know. But she did.
She was in the Cameron Crowe Roadies, that Showtime show. That didn't work. That seems like it should have.
It's once again, it's somebody that you always feel like who's having a great career, but you feel like is one role away from that next echelon of stardom.
Like she probably was looking at Aniston like, I could fucking have her lunch. Could kill her.
I'll be honest with you. I'm looking at the list of roles here. It's very varied. she took Miami Rhapsody is a movie that I love that not
I
a
do
lot of
too.
people have seen.
It's a really fun movie.
It's a really fun movie.
She's really good in it, Carla Gugino.
She's great in it. Sarah Jessica Parker, Antonio Banderas. It's kind of like freewheeling. Jeremy Piven, story of love and relationships that takes place in Miami. It's like really interesting.
There's some Amanda Peet parts she could have played.
That's a good comp too.
It's just, I just think you're right. I think it was a loaded
comedic actress with dramatic
draft
chops.
class.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, later on, her career just keeps trending. She's in Sin City, which is a role that I really, really enjoyed from her.
Did you?
Yeah, that was. Yeah.
What did you think was the best part?
I thought she brought a lot to the table in Sin City.
Yeah?
Like a lot.
Anything specific?
Some things were unexpected, but I liked that it happened.
Yeah.
But if you guys want to just get into the whole thing,
it's a good film with
it's
some
funny,
good
like
scenes.
she never had, like, even if she'd played the Ellen Pompeo part in Old School, with some sort of thing that just was like on all the time for 25 years, she never had that movie.
Mm-hmm.
She did for My Wife, which is True Beverly Hills.
Oh, come on.
Interesting.
Yeah.
To Eileen, she'll always be the girl from True Beverly Hills.
I know you love it.
Well, in this movie, she tests missile results for Palma aircraft.
Speak on True
They're
Beverly
building
Hills.
which one?
Speak on True Beverly Hills. Just, I want your opinion.
I haven't seen it in 45 years.
Classic.
Or whatever. Yeah.
Beverly Hills, what up?
Can we talk about how Carla was testing missile results? Which I'm just going to give her this special category we don't get to give out much. The Elizabeth Shue is an Oxford electrochemist award for most ridiculous casting.
I was hoping that would fall to me. It didn't. Damn it. That category.
That was going to be yours?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, my bad, Craig.
Sorry.
Can I ask?
I knew it was going to go.
Because I always bring this role up when we do this one. Denise Richards as
that could probably be the title of
nuclear physicist.
Yeah, her name is Dr. Christmas Jones.
Christmas Jones. I remember she's on Jay Leno, and Jay Leno goes, nuclear scientist, Dr. Christmas Jones. And she goes, I can play a scientist. So it's like, what? When we do this, is this category, what do you need to play a scientist?
I think it's more her age is the issue.
Yeah.
It's like
I don't
she's
know
a
why
26-year-old missiles expert.
Why they're so specific about it. She's
so
like,
bad.
I'm 26. It's like, you could have been 31. Why are you 26?
It's very strange.
We also have a very crowded That Guy and graduated That Guy group.
Is this the That Guy movie of the 90s?
There's been others, but
it's a good one.
Luis Guzman, Stan Shaw, John Hurd, Mike Starr, who's the guy who dies from eating the peppers in Dumb and Dumber and was in a million mob movies.
Great pull on that being Mike Starr. Yeah.
Kevin Dunn, who was that guy from Dave.
Absolutely.
Who was the dad in Mad Love and was just in a lot of 90s movies.
Yeah.
And then Michael Rispoli, who was Grandma in Rounders and this in the same year.
I was just going to say, you're stepping on Apex Mountain here. Yeah.
Going for The Sopranos and finished the second to Gandolfini.
Oof, tough.
98 for Rispoli.
He must have really felt like the world was right in front of him.
Yeah.
He's I'm in a Brian De Palma movie. I'm in this exciting movie with Matt Damon and Edward Norton. I'm going to be Tony
Chase.
Soprano.
Yeah, this HBO
he ends
show.
up as Jackie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he ends up as Jackie. So it's like, but it's crazy. You missed one, Jernard Burks. You know who that is?
Which one was that?
So in Devil in a Blue Dress, remember the movie Devil in a Blue Dress?
Yeah.
He plays in the movie, I'll never forget this, it's one of the great cuckings in any movie that's ever happened. In Devil in a Blue Dress, it takes place. Easy goes over to this guy's house and he has sex with his wife while the guy is sleeping. Do you remember this?
Yes.
Lisa Nicole Carson in the other room. He has sex.
Continue.
He has sex with his wife while
That's
the
who's in
guy
this?
is sleeping. Huh?
That's this guy?
He's like, because he says to Lisa Nicole Carson's character, he goes, your man is sleeping in the other room. She doesn't care. She's like, he's so drunk, he's knocked out, and then they do it. And Jernard Burks plays the guy that gets cooked in. Shout out to him. He's been in a lot of stuff. But
there's that girl in this too. That girl from Devil's Advocate, the black witch lady.
Oh yeah, she's in the first scene.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's her
She's
name?
the announcer.
Tamara Tooney, is that her name?
Yeah.
Can't remember.
Yeah.
That's her name.
Yeah.
Written by David Koepp, who apparently is the fourth most successful screenwriter ever by box office.
He wrote Jurassic Park, among many other movies.
War of the Worlds, Carlito's Way, Mission Impossible, Spider-Man. Also directed 7 movies that weirdly, The Trigger Effect, Stir of Echoes, Secret Window, they're all like kind of the same weird
Yeah.
Strange movie.
He's had an amazing career.
Really good career.
He is considered one of the like geniuses of screenwriting.
Have you guys done the trigger effect?
No.
Would you do the trigger effect?
Probably not.
I like it. Another movie that came out in the 90s where I was like, the concept alone is so cool to me.
Elizabeth Shue.
Yeah.
Yes.
Another actress that's right there crowding up.
Grabs leaving Las Vegas. Yeah.
Crowding
The
up the
Saint.
space
Wow.
for Carla Gugino. Like another, I'm telling you, it's a deep,
She got boxed out.
bench.
Yeah, we could have had At First Sight, you know, with or no, was that?
No, that was
another
Mira
one, Mira
Sorvino.
Sorvino.
She was also
What's
in
the
there.
other-
Mira Sorvino. I'm telling you, there's a lot going on. Gwyneth Paltrow
I'm thinking of
starts
The
making
Saint.
trouble towards the end. There's like a lot of people
Craig, you know what
coming in.
At First Sight is?
No.
It's a drama that's now a comedy.
Okay.
Val Kilmer's blind, but there's an operation where he can get his sight back so he can see things for about 30 minutes in the movie and falls in love with Mira Sorvino. But guess what? The surgery had after effects and he's going to lose his sight again. And now he has to decide what's important to him. And they go to a hockey game at one
Why don't we
point.
do dramas that are now comedy month?
I have it.
It's a good idea.
I've done all the work because
At
it's a
First
regarding
Sight-
Henry-driven month.
I saw At First Sight in high school on a first date with a girl who loved it, and I broke up with her after that.
That was it.
It's a true story.
You think of it, you're over it. Regarding Henry as unintentional comedy is going to be a really interesting movie to do.
There's another one for dramas that are now comedy month that I might be the only one that thinks it's funny, but Legends of the Fall is hilarious now.
Oh, I haven't seen it in a long time.
That was like a very serious drama that is now like laugh out loud funny.
Man, that's just another movie in the never-ending chapter of my mama's white boy thing.
No.
Just every once in a while, my mama would say something that would really piss my
You want
dad
that to be a
off.
month, fan?
Yeah.
My mama's white boy thing?
My
month?
mama's white boy thing. My mama watched Legends of the Fall and be like, that I told you about the Thelma and Louise story.
Yes.
Yeah, my mom goes.
Your
sees
mom
Thelma
like
and
Brad
Louise
Pitt.
with her friends. She goes, I just saw the finest white boy I ever seen before in my life. And then she's watching Legends of the Fall, and she just says, he keeps getting finer. I don't understand what's going on. My father could not handle it.
Just think when she went to see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, did she go?
No, she didn't see it. She's over it now. She's militant again.
$73 million budget for $73 million budget for Snake Eyes. It made $103.9 million. And our guy Raj,
Oh, no.
he one-starred it.
Oh, no.
I think this is only like the
shit.
fourth one-star we've
Wow.
gotten from Raj.
Yeah.
He said, it's the worst kind of bad film, the kind that gets you all worked up and then lets you down instead of being lousy from the first shot.
Damn.
Settle down, Raj. Come on.
He said
He
the
loved
movie's
he loved the steady cam shot in the beginning, and then he just thought it fell apart.
man, oh man, oh man. Interesting.
Yeah.
He gave
One star.
Halloween 2 stars, and this movie 1 star.
Yeah. He was sometimes Raj would just be in a bad mood.
Cranky.
Yeah.
This
Cranky.
is a tough review.
Oh, you read it? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a tough one. Most rewatchable scene. It's brought to you by the Home Depot. Black Friday happening now at the Home Depot, which means it's the perfect time to add to your collection. And right now, when you buy a select battery kit from top brands like Ryobi,
Fucking drill.
or Milwaukee, you'll get a select tree for free with Black Friday deals like these. The Home Depot has got you covered. We mentioned for the first rewatchable scene, the opening one shot. In the running for best overacting of Cage's career.
He's going
Because
for
I
it.
was made for the sewer, baby, and I'm the king. He's just screaming for no reason.
It was like an Ace Ventura moment for me. Like when I
Yeah.
sat down to watch Ace Ventura, it took me 10 minutes to be like, yo, why is he acting like this? And then you got it. But
Tyler!
when you saw Nic Cage in this, you was like, yo, what the fuck is going on?
Is he supposed to be on cocaine?
Yeah, he's
Well, there's the cocaine my ass line at the end of the movie, I think indicates he likes to indulge
Yeah.
in this fight night. I think it's reasonable to assume. That said, Cage is kind of like this in a lot of movies.
Yeah, this is a 9.5 out of 10 on the Cage scale.
He's nuts. Yes.
An all-time dial up by him. Really cool scene.
It's great when you can see him nailing the synchronization with the crowd. Like
Yeah.
there's a moment when he is watching the fight and he stands up, and as he stands up, and he yells something, and then the whole crowd stands up behind him. Where it's like that is to get that many extras to
Yeah.
work at the same time is master filmmaker A+ shit. That's not CGI, all those people in the crowd. That's like hundreds, maybe thousands of extras.
I think it helps the rewatchability of the movie too.
Totally.
Because it's like definitely like how the fuck did they do this?
Right.
10 minutes.
Also very skilled. He's going back and forth between the girlfriend and the wife on the gold flip phone, the pizza with the wife, the birthday with the girlfriend.
Yeah.
And they let you figure it out, right? They're not like over explaining everything. The movie just drops you into his world.
You get like 1 second of setup and then we're going.
The shooting scene itself, pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
When he watches the video of the knockout punch, where he realizes it's a Sonny Liston situation, right into Carla wiping blood off in the bathroom, which I just put in for Van.
That scene alone, I think, is worth spending some time on.
Alone, yeah. Just right there.
See, the
just
blood
the
off.
angle that he chooses, I think, is really interesting. You know,
gotta get the blood off.
Once again, De Palma-esque.
Yeah.
You keep thinking that he's gonna go for it.
No.
That there's a change of clothes happening or something, but he shows
I admire the restraint.
I admire the restraint as well. As regrettable as it might be.
The next scene I wrote down, Stan Shaw and Nic Cage scream at each other. It's an all-time Ruffalo, Hannah Rubinek, Partridge combo overacting award. They're just screaming for 2 minutes.
Yeah. I'll come back to that.
Flashback to the redhead pulling Sinise away from the fight. I like when De Palma goes backwards. Always fun. The elevator chase. The overhead shot of the Atlantic City rooms. I'm throwing in the Mallory Rubin Award for did this movie need a better sex scene here? I feel like one of those rooms could have had some freaky Atlantic City shit going on. De Palma's like, you know what?
No,
I'm older now. I'm wiser. I'm not going to put that in.
It's more important that frat
Not this
boys
time.
spray beer on each other in a
Which was
hotel
just
room.
weird.
That's bizarre.
Yeah, that was weird. Carla tells her story to Nic Cage on the staircase. I thought I'd get fired, not killed. De Palma goes split screen as she's telling the story. I always liked how De Palma would use boxes and split screens. I just feel like not enough directors do that. They see multiple things at the same time. By the way, even when the Dodgers won the World Series, I would have gone split screen, multiple boxes, so we can see 3 different things happening at the same time. They always discount. Our TVs are better now.
What the different things? Like for the Dodgers?
No, like we see the people on the mound celebrating, but then they split screen, and we also see the people in the dugout celebrating.
I got to give a shout out to my friend John DeMarsico, who directs the Mets broadcasts, because this has been written about many times, but he's a huge cinephile, and in the baseball broadcast that he directs, he constantly is using all of those.
Really?
He has like he's a huge De Palma fan, has all kinds of De Palma homages. You just Google him and look up all the stuff he's done. You'll just be watching a Mets game, and he'll just pull a move from Scarface in the middle of the Mets game. Yeah, it's really cool.
I'm talking about.
Guy sounds like your soulmate.
He is the man.
Mm-hmm.
Does he hate his sports life like you do, or no?
I don't think he has as tortured a relationship to the Mets as I do. He sees them as a vessel for his creativity, much like De Palma sees Carla Gugino.
You almost
Nicolas
got
Cage.
passed by Ariel Hawani this weekend because he almost had the back-to-back days of the Blue Jays losing the World Series, then the Bills blowing the Chiefs game.
Yeah, well, Ariel and I share the Knicks.
Yeah,
so,
and you had the Halliburton game in May.
Thanks for reminding me. Yep. Awesome.
Sorry.
Great stuff.
Cage finds the hidden video of Sinise. The classic, you're like, oh man, you just have your back to that door for too long. We're going to see the legs going down this, and there it is. It's Sinise. I really like when bad guys explain why they did what they did, and you're kind of like, I see his point.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's trying to save the country.
You feel like Sinise has a point. Now, he's trying to save the country with something that doesn't really work.
He's a bad guy. But at least he seems a little conflicted, but I think he's just a good actor. He seems a little, as he's telling it, he's like, I know this is kind of fucked up, but here's how we got to this point versus like, oh, I'm evil.
Is he just rationalizing his own greed?
Totally.
Though, you know?
Totally. But I bought it as he was doing it.
Yeah,
I was like, okay.
It's also, you guys see House of Dynamite? Like, this is a plot point in House of Dynamite where it's like, this technology might not work.
Right.
You know, it's like there's only a 50% chance of these, anti-ballistic missiles.
I saw the first episode of House of Dynamite. I didn't get to the second episode yet.
Okay.
I saw the part it was about to get to where the bomb was, and then the credits came up. So I'm going to wait till next week to finish it.
Okay, let us know
Episode
when you
2.
finish the season.
Yeah.
It's not that good. It's really not
curses again in the second one.
Okay.
He doesn't curse in the first one.
By the way, Nic Cage smoking in this. The Sean Penn I Brought My Own Pack Award for excellence in on-screen smoking. Underrated smoker, Nic Cage.
Yeah, smokes on a lot of movies.
Just kind of could have it dangling in the right ways.
I would say very believable.
Yeah.
Almost as though he has partaken.
We also, Van, we get somebody says the name of the movie in the dialogue.
Love that.
You got nothing, kiddo. Snake Eyes. The house always wins. Great. You did it.
Love it.
You worked that
Cage
title
runs
in.
it back too at the end.
Runs it back. Yeah, there's no we, Kevin. You got Snake Eyes. With the chess suicide, which we don't see a lot in the action thrillers.
I have some notes on
I
that.
love it.
Yeah.
You like the chess suicide?
I think it's smart. Open coffin.
But he's like, I have to turn my
such
back.
A sick fuck.
Open coffin.
You don't even get.
He was looking out for his
shit
family.
that goes on in your brain, man.
Chess suicide. You don't see it in an action movie.
You think he'll be getting like a formal military funeral
now
after
much
his
better for him.
actions?
And then last but not least, the fall of Richard Santoro, which happens for reasons we'll discuss later. What's your most rewatchable scene, Sean? Steadicam?
So the opening scene is no question the best scene, the most memorable scene in the movie for me. Gugino notwithstanding. But I do like all 4 flashback sequences, or basically all of the POV sequences. So you see it through Rick Santoro's eyes in that opening scene. You see it through Tyler Lincoln's eyes when he's telling the story, his version of the story. You see it through Kevin Dunn's eyes when he's telling his false version of the story. And then you see it through Julia Costello's eyes, Gugino's character, when they're sitting on the steps. You know, it's an obvious homage to Rashomon and a lot of movies about like the failure of memory. But you mentioned it when you were describing them. Like every time he goes back, even though we're seeing something that we think we already know, he manages to turn the key just a little bit differently, which makes it to me a huge improvement on a movie like House of Dynamite, which does a very similar thing, way worse.
Yeah.
And there is a way to do this kind of storytelling and make it very exciting. I don't love how this movie concludes. Find the final 10 minutes a little tough, but everything leading up to that I think is really engaging.
So the open is obviously, like you guys saying, the best stuff to me. However, the specific scene where Gary Sinise he turns bad and you see that he is really bad. Not turns bad. You actually see what he is. For me, was just way more compelling than I remember it.
Yeah.
In this particular time where he's executing his accomplices and all of that stuff, to me, it worked a lot better. Like after that, that's a real turning point in the movie to where this guy embodies scumbag asshole. Well acted, very high leverage. So that really worked for me.
Do you guys buy them as old friends?
Good question.
They have different energies.
They do, and they needed something else. There needed to be, they're old friends. Yeah, cool, we get it. But there needed to be something else that undergirded their friendship.
Are we supposed to believe that they were in the service together?
Either that or like high school.
Well, it said that they were friends, like childhood friends. But was Nic Cage's character, did he serve?
Well,
I couldn't figure that out.
Gary Sinise's character has such a faith in his ability to come work for like the State Department or something like that. It's almost as if he knows that he has a set of skills that can be useful on the federal level because of something they did together. Right. Yeah.
That was today's most rewatchable scene brought to you by the Home Depot. Time to check out the Black Friday savings at the Home Depot, so go online or in-store to check out the best deals of the season. Stock up on tools for all your upcoming projects. Black Friday savings happening now at the Home Depot. This will be fun. Next category. The most 1998 thing about this movie. I have a couple nominees for you.
Okay.
Huge heavyweight fights in Atlantic City.
This was my number one.
Yeah, that's the
obvious. The 90s were like, Atlantic City was the place for
hanging on
9 years, and then it died.
This was right in the heart of Tyson Holyfield.
Yep.
When those two fights.
Foreman had a couple there.
Yeah. Those two fights were right in that 96, 97, 98.
And Vegas was making a very direct move to become like not just a place where you gamble and have, but the actual entertainment capital of the entire world. There was a very direct corporate move to Vegas. And that's what ended up happening to Atlantic City. Vegas just had the support of all the big hotel chains.
Vegas got it back in the early 2000s. The fights all came back.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of it, it started to be like you couldn't have a big fight in AC anymore. Like you couldn't be out there.
Nick's 1998 cell phone.
That's the other one I wrote down. The gold embossed flip phone.
And it's
That's
giant.
the most 98 thing ever.
It's like you couldn't even fit it in your jeans pocket. I also have people caring about the defense secretary.
What do you mean? Pete Hanks said this in the news every day.
No, just people like, oh, he's here. He's at the fight. It's like, I don't know, in 1998, I would not have cared the defense secretary was in a fight.
I have people clapping for the defense secretary. Still a situation to where people went, hey, somebody high up in the government, yay.
The only other one I have is at some point, one of the characters says, we got a goddamn Columbo around running loose. You know what Columbo is?
Only because of Poker Face.
Okay.
Oh.
Wow,
What's
so
age the
Columbo
best?
hasn't trickled down?
Culturally
Not really.
expired.
That's a good show.
Need Kathy Bates to bring him back.
It's a very enjoyable TV show.
What age is the best for you?
Yeah.
One more
fuck.
thing. If so-and-so is having it, like, you're watching it and you're like, you're fucked. Columbo knows.
I like Quincy. I was a Quincy guy.
Never saw that. That's when
The doctor?
Coroner.
MD.
Yeah, the Quincy MD. Of all of those detectives, if you're in a draft of TV detectives where you got the Telly Savalas,
Kojak.
Kojak,
Yeah.
you got Kojak, you got Matlock, you got...
It's Dan Tanner from Vegas is the answer.
Dan
Tanner
Robert
got down.
Urich?
He got down. Even his like assistant
Got
was hot.
down?
He was just surrounded by the ladies.
That's not what we
It's
were
an
talking
idol.
about. We were talking
That's my
about
favorite one.
who's the best at solving crimes, you freak.
Oh, Quincy. Because Quincy could use coroner shit.
But I feel like...
He was a cop who could also do autopsies of the victims. Like, nobody can beat that.
It's a crazy idea for a TV show. It's not enough to just be a detective. You also have
And
to
every
be a
once in a
coroner.
while, he would look up at Sam, his assistant, and go, it wasn't suicide, Sam. It was murder.
Okay, just different situation, because one guy is legal and the other guy is medical. But
Yeah.
as far as doctors who are also somehow detectives,
Yeah.
do you have Quincy or House MD? Because House MD
House MD was good.
He
House
was good.
MD
Yeah.
was looking to some shit and give you House MD was the man.
House MD was good. Did you like House?
Didn't watch it.
Yeah.
No interest.
What stage the best? An athlete falling into debt and having to do something illegal.
Oh
Huh.
shit!
Wow.
Tough. With the
I wish
mafia,
that wasn't topical right now.
with the
yeah.
mafia. and
Jesus.
fixing shit.
Yeah. There's a couple of these
Hey man,
you're going to be
talk
able
about
to
the
cite.
mafia, man. Don't just talk about the players. Show the mafia.
Oh, yeah?
Those are my people.
Yeah.
You want
Man,
to talk
those are
about the
my people.
mafia?
I don't really want to talk about them as much.
What do you have for what stage the best, Sean?
Interesting how you kicked it to me. I mean, this is a very topical film right now, right?
Let's do that part later.
Okay.
Yeah. I have another spot for that.
I think the Maestro movie is like a thing where it's like, let this guy cook. Like we're only making this movie because this guy knows how to make movies feel fucking awesome. Like this is something that is also kind of gone now from movies. But as I said, like this is maybe the 10th or 11th best Brian De Palma movie.
Yeah.
But it is one of the most watchable movies of the 1990s. And it is only that way because he can see the movie in his head and he makes it so special in the style that he has. So I don't know. There's just not, that has aged nicely. We don't get those as often as we used to.
I have the moment in action thrillers when we realize someone we thought we knew is the bad guy. There's always that, like in this movie, Sinise is walking the hallway and somebody's going ahead and he kind of stops and he looks around and you're like, oh no, it's you? You're the bad guy?
Yeah.
And he just gets on his phone. But those moments are always fun. Sinise as a bad guy, we talked about, did we have another acceptable loss? Like acceptable losses.
Yeah.
It's been a good fantasy team name. An award for the random guy who didn't do anything wrong in an action thriller but has to die anyway, we might have to consider for this next batch when we do our 26. In this case, the guy who thinks he's getting laid by Carla and takes her up to the room and that guy just gets shot with a silencer. It's like, did that guy do anything wrong?
That's what's aged the best to me.
What? That guy getting murdered?
Asshole Josh Gad being used by a super...
I thought the same
I
thing
forget
was
that
Josh
guy's name.
Gad.
He was on Malcolm
It's
in the
not
Middle.
Josh
That
Gad,
guy.
though.
Yeah.
It's not Josh Gad.
It's pre-Josh Gad.
It's pre-Josh Gad. It's Gad before the Gad.
Yeah, pre-Gad.
That guy being used by a hot woman for
Yeah.
her own thing,
Yeah.
thinking that he's the man. I never understand. So you're that dude. Shout out to the Josh Gad guy.
Josh
You're-
God. Yeah.
Josh Gad. You're that guy.
I call him Gad too.
You're at AC
Yeah.
one night. Carla Gugino, for some reason, shows interest in you.
It's over. Yeah.
She's wearing a white mini skirt and a black bomber jacket that's zipped up with only a bra underneath. That's her outfit.
And she comes up to you and is like, yeah, let's go up to your, and you don't in any way.
Do you have air conditioning? I do.
Yeah, right. You don't in any way think, what's
I can
going
make
on
it really
here?
cold.
Like, what's the deal? Because as guys, that guy just knows he's hot. He came to AC to fuck.
Yeah.
And now it's about
This
to
is it.
happen.
Whatever happens in AC in Vegas.
He's not a very nice guy, that character.
He's not.
You know, when she's like, I'm in trouble, he's like, get the fuck out. He puts his wedding ring back on very pointedly.
Okay,
Did he deserve to die with a silencer?
So here's the thing, though. He's not a nice guy, and the wedding ring thing is fucked up. But him actually, at the moment that he realizes that it's not going to go down, putting some distance between him and her, that's smart.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't want there to be any type of, like, you know what? You're not down. Let's end the night right here.
Well, what's aged the worst for this is now in 2025, you would just assume this woman who's all of a sudden randomly interested in you is going to drug you in your room and take all your stuff.
Yeah.
Because there's been a lot more awareness of that the last 25 years, especially in Vegas and Atlantic City.
Literally happened to a friend of mine. I will not say who that friend is, but that literally happened to a friend.
New Orleans?
In Las Vegas.
I blame him.
Here's one for Sean.
I'm not casting any blame.
Here's what's aged the best for Sean.
Mm-hmm.
The Palma Easter eggs and pivotal moments that we circle back to. You're watching this live for the first time.
Here comes the pain.
Here comes the pain. And it's basically the owl in Blowout. Where it's like, man, he's really interested in this owl. And then it's like, oh, John Travolta's character is going to watch this video. And it's like, oh, there's the owl hooting.
Before he says that, though, we do see that he's wearing an earpiece.
True.
And that's a dead giveaway that something is up.
That he's fucked, yeah.
Dirty cops who decide once and for all nobody's going to buy me anymore. I always like that in a movie.
Oh.
I've been bought for one last time.
I'm trying to think of another time that I've seen that.
I just have to mention a Palestinian sniper terrorist assassinating someone over their cooperation with Israel is topical in 2025.
It is.
I'm going to move on.
Mm-hmm.
Snake Eyes was the last Brian De Palma film for which Steven Spielberg viewed the rough cut. It's an official end of the group.
Oh, they're not fucking with each other anymore.
And they just kind of got old. It's like college buddies who don't really talk anymore.
God damn. Are you telling me that there's an end to the Bill Simmons Joe House run coming?
Wow.
Never.
Wow.
No.
So I will say De Palma is interviewed in the new Martin Scorsese doc, Mr. Scorsese. And he's great in it because he's known Scorsese for 60 years. But he's still a little competitive with him, and you can tell.
Yeah. Like, how come this guy got 5 parts? My documentary is 100 minutes.
When I was getting into movies, and I just thought those guys' relationship was so awesome. Like Spielberg comes on the set of Scarface, and he's like, do this, do that, all of that stuff. And then one day, like all things, it must end. It's over.
It is cool, though, that it's like, let me just call it my best friend who's also the greatest living filmmaker, and he'll just help me on one day. Right. That is fucking awesome.
Yeah, like this is the way, and then that scene becomes fucking, but it's also like a testament to the collaborative nature of these guys, and you know.
It's like when Craig asked me for advice for the fantasy football show. I just pop in like Spielberg.
Cut this, move this around, high fits, quiet down.
Have you ever thought about high fits maybe not doing?
So Craig, the Spielberg in this analogy?
I think it's Soderbergh.
Yeah.
Soderbergh. I have one last what's aged the best. Trump, who I think would have whored out his Atlantic City casino for just about anything in the 90s, being like, this is a little rich for me, this whole evil casino owner. So can you make that the Powell Millennium instead? And they don't use the Trump.
Yes.
Very surprising that he did not allow them to use this.
Or that he didn't appear in the film himself.
Yeah, that's the real
You would have thought
Trump's right there.
He would have starred,
Yeah, so something must happen.
John Hurd, though. Love John Hurd.
Hey, it's time for the Sean Fennessey Award for stealth homage that gives every movie nerd a criteria orgasm.
One of the great categories of this wonderful show. My favorite is the scene when Gugino and Cage are sitting on the staircase, and there's an overhead shot of the staircase and showing you all the levels of the stairs, and it gives you this sense of disorientation, which is a direct lift from Alfred Hitchcock's Vertigo. There's a scene near the end of the film in the chapel where we see Stewart looking down the staircase and feeling the sense of disorientation. And obviously De Palma, I think Vertigo is his favorite movie of all time, and also one of the most perverse movies ever made about, wanting to have sex.
I want to actually do it for Rewatchables in 2026. Because that movie is full-fledged, off the rails bonkers.
It is the like origin point of so many of our favorite movies and favorite directors.
It would be hilarious if they just released that movie in like March with Sydney Sweeney as the Kim Novak character, and they just gave nobody any context. People would be like, what the fuck is happening in this movie?
I mean, I will kill myself if that happens, and yet I would watch it. Like, I need to see it first and then kill myself.
What'd you have for Great Shot Gordo Award for most cinematic shot? I had the overhead AC rooms.
That's a good one.
Long shot, just because I always think about like, how'd they do that? Did they have to build all these rooms one by one on a set? Did they have to match it with the casino? Like,
I think it's all sets that they've built. There's a recent example of that in John Wick 4. There's this very similar sequence where they enter an apartment building and it's the entire action sequence takes place overhead that is fucking amazing. But I would not be surprised if they looked at this to do that.
It's long.
No, have you seen that sequence?
Yeah.
Where he has the fire gun. It's crazy.
Apparently in episode 4 of House of Dynamite, there's something like that. I haven't seen it yet. A friend of mine had a screener.
Okay. My cinematic shot is when Carla Gugino falls to the floor and her glasses fall on the floor. And the camera's all the way on the bottom of the floor, and it's just looking at the glasses, and you're like, oh no, somebody's gonna step on those glasses. And then crunch, somebody steps on the glasses.
It's a good one.
Mine is there's a just sort of pretty long shot through a cracked door at the party.
With the two guys talking,
Yeah, in there where it starts with a bunch of hot models smoking crack, it looks like.
Yeah.
They're smoking crack cocaine, which I didn't realize.
In Tyler's room.
In Tyler. And so, but there's a long, and it stays there for a second, and you look like you're watching something that you're not supposed to be watching. So it puts you directly in. I like when the camera or the style of the movie puts you in an emotional like situation.
And then you're like, is that Bobby Brown?
Out of nowhere. New Edition getting back together.
Chess Rockwell Brocklander's Award for Best Character Name. Lincoln Tyler, the AC Executioner.
It's pretty good.
That's good.
AC Executioner is really good.
I do think the main characters' names are really good in this movie.
Yeah.
Detective Rick Santoro, Atlantic City PD, and Commander Kevin Dunn, U.S. Naval Service.
Commander Kevin Dunn.
And they had a Kevin Dunn in the movie, but they didn't change the name of Commander Kevin Dunn. So there was the actor Kevin Dunn from Dave, but then there was a character Kevin Dunn too.
Must have been confusing.
Weird. What do you have for a flex category, Sean?
I chose the I used to fuck guys like you in prison award for craziest quote. It's kind of more of an exchange, but it's very fast. It starts with Kevin Dunn saying, how's Angela? And Rick Santoro says, fat, fabulous, fantastic. I love her. And then Commander Kevin Dunn says, how's the other one? What's her name? Candy? And Santoro says, oh, Monique, skinny, mean, expensive. I love her. That's just a great moment in this movie. That's Cage cooking.
Yeah.
Like the line reading is perfect and sums up what an asshole this guy is.
The Butch's Girlfriend Award for Weak Link of the Film. Well, let's talk about the tidal wave. There's supposed to be a tidal wave in this movie that ends the movie. It was filmed by Industrial Light and Magic. You can see some of it online because the original ending or part of it is in there. And for some reason, they bail on this in the post-edit, do the different ending. But it explains why when you're watching this, it's thunder, it's rain, people are looking up. The movie begins with them talking about a storm, and then there's no payoff. And I have no idea why they cut it.
He has talked about how he ultimately didn't feel that this is what this movie was about. It wasn't a spectacle movie. It was a movie about that intrigue that Van was talking about at the top. That it was.
But how did they not know that before they committed to this tidal wave thing?
I think that they weren't happy with how the tidal wave looked. You can watch the tidal wave sequence on YouTube. It's on YouTube. It is okay. This is kind of getting into my hottest take, but I think my hottest take is that it's significantly better if you put the tidal wave back in, even what's existing.
That's why I have it as the weak link. I don't know why they took it out.
Yeah,
it's like that we danced toward it for 90 minutes and then it just doesn't happen.
The movie just deflates. And also the Kevin Dunn self-assassination, is just weird. Like that whole moment is very strange where he turns his back to the camera and then
put the gun down. We know who you are. It's like, how do they know who he is?
I think the movie ending with the tidal wave is, to me, like a natural evolution of the chaotic nature of the film.
The escalation.
Yeah, to where something just kind of like random or not so random, but something that's been building comes along and sweeps everything up.
I totally agree with
You
that.
pro tidal wave?
Pro tidal wave.
Yeah.
I think even at the very end, like the Cage and Gugino on the beach, like the kiss, it felt like very outside what the movie was. It felt a little too like buttoned up and rom-com-y.
Yes.
What's age the worst? I think if you made this movie in 25, there would have been all the cameras. They would have figured out so many weird things about this assassination. Why did this girl in the white dress with the blonde wig go and it fell off? And who is this? And we would have had all of these people.
So are you arguing that?
No, I'm saying just 1998, you could get away with an assassination thing like this at a fight and not have people. They didn't even know that blimp thing was there.
Know who it was.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, well, obviously.
This whole assassination thing made way more sense in 1998, I think, than it would in 2025.
It's an insanely elaborate plan.
Right.
It really, with a lot
plan
of
that they're
people and
attempting,
pieces
yes.
and
with a lot on the line, like at this particular time, there's one of my picking this is that there's a more efficient way to do what it is that they wanted to do.
Why did this boxer have to take a dive for them to kill this guy in the front row?
I don't fully understand that. Obviously, the enlisting the Palestinian to be the trigger man, but then immediately killing the trigger man is very, shades of JFK, obviously, in this. And then also, I don't really understand Carla Gugino's character's plan either. Like, why does she have to use this event to go talk to the Secretary of
Defense? There's a simpler, much more straight to the point way of everyone getting what they wanted to get accomplished in this movie.
You can now watch Rewatchables on Spotify and The Ringer's first ever television channel. Yeah, you heard me. Available exclusively on Samsung TV Plus, the subscription-free streaming destination bringing you the best of TV. Also, really good TV, Samsung. Rewatch some of our greatest hits like Back to the Future, Alien, The Sandlot, and many more on the all-day Ringer channel. You can also settle in and catch up with your other Ringer favorites, including House of Bar, The Big Picture, even highlights from Book of Basketball 2.0. To watch, all you have to do is open the Samsung TV Plus app on your Samsung TV or Galaxy mobile device, navigate to the Ringer channel, and boom, you're in. Van, you're up with a flex category.
My flex category is Van Lathan. How would you have gotten out of this?
Which character are you playing?
So I'm Rick Santorum.
Okay.
And so you have a wife.
Rick Santoro or Santorum?
Excuse me, Santorum. I was thinking about political.
You should be Rick Santorum in this
Rick
story.
Santorum as Rick Santorum.
As Rick Santorum. So you have a wife and a girlfriend that you have to explain where you've been. Okay? It's like something's going crazy. There's all this stuff going on, but you haven't been home. You're not really on the phone anymore. You have a wife and a girlfriend. It's two completely different ways.
So you have to call Angela and Monique.
Angela and Monique, because they're both calling you and they want to know what's going on. The wife is Angela, right?
Yeah.
So you talk to her first and you let her know that, look, honey, I don't know if you know. What's the homeboy's name again?
Commander Kevin Dunn.
Yeah.
Man, Kevin, this guy is not who I thought he was.
Yeah.
All right, Kevin, not coming back to Christmas, baby. No more. No more Kevin. Kevin is like one of the most, you know how he picks up, he plays with the kids, he does all of this stuff?
Yeah.
That's not the guy. This guy's a killer. This guy's an asshole. She's on the other end of the phone like, I always told you there was something about him that I didn't like. I saw the darkness in him. I could look at him and I could tell that there's just something wrong about that guy. And you're like, baby, you were right. You were right. This guy's out of our life forever. Look at my face. Look at what happened to my face. That was him. He had the heavyweight champion of the world assault me. Baby, you were right about him. Totally different situation with the girlfriend. The girlfriend's name again is what?
Monique.
Monique. Where have you been? I haven't talked. Hey. That's not how our relationship goes. What did Jay-Z say? Our time together is our time together. Our time apart is our time apart. So you love Rick with your mind and not with your heart. I got a whole family. You don't call me and ask me where I've been. That's not what you do. Now, I will tell you this. The rooms at this hotel in AC are amazing. So if in a couple of days after this all blows over, you want to come check this out, that's cool. If you want to have some fun, that's cool. But I got kids and a family and a wife. Don't call this phone no more after 10:30.
Wow. A clinic on how to deal with the Gumar.
One thing I really like when he's talking to his wife early in the movie is she's asking about what pizza order they should do.
Yeah.
And he's giving her the details about what's on the different pizzas. And he's like, I don't fucking know. I'm not going to be eating it. I'm not going to be home. You know, like that. It's a very relatable fight.
Also, can his wife not order a pizza? Why does he have to bring the pizza home at 1 a.m?
But see, this is the
fucking
deal.
order a pizza yourself.
But that's that's what he got he's the man of his family.
I guess.
That's what he got going on. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
maybe y'all let y'all women have free reign to order pizzas and stuff like that, but not Rick.
I feel like since we know that Monique is skinny, mean, and expensive, she might push back a little bit on Rick's attempt to manage that scenario.
Yeah.
And we know his wife is, to use his words, fat.
Yeah, and fantastic.
So it might have been a late night pizza for her. She might have already had dinner.
Might have been her second pizza of the day.
We're going to take a break and then do hottest take. All right. The CR thinks Luke Wilson could have been Harrison Ford hottest take award. Sean, did you do yours?
So I
you
said the tidal wave would have been a much better ending, but I do think the less classy the material, the better the Brian De Palma movie. So like, obviously we talked about Bonfire of the Vanities, very classy novel adaptation of a Tom Wolfe book. Not a successful movie. The hot take part is that I just don't think The Untouchables is very good. And it is like the classiest of the De Palma movies, and it's never been one of my movies. I've never really cared about it. I don't think it's that interesting. And I would much rather watch Blowout or Dress to Kill or Body Double or this movie than The Untouchables.
Now, do you think those movies are better, or do you think The Untouchables kind of sucks?
I don't know if it sucks. Like, it obviously is so well made. I just find it kind of dull.
You agree?
We did on Rewatchables. It's got the De Niro stuff that I love. It's got the Costner. Like, I like it more than Sean. I get it. I get his take.
It's just
if a different director had made it, I think you would like it more.
That might be it. It's like I'm like, this is a missed opportunity. Like, switch this. Like, two directors should trade again.
You're watching Jason Kidd in the triangle offense, going, "What's going on? Give this guy the ball and let him go."
So that's kind of the thing, right? When a director like him, with like De Palma, plays it safe and straight up and down the line, it kind of weighs on you a little bit, and that is a very.
It's like when Van goes on CNN.
I'm a rabble rouser on CNN.
You did
I'm a Hellraiser.
You did the Glaze moment. That was good.
You did do the Glaze.
That was really good.
Do you have a hottest take?
I do. That it's not a better movie, but it might be a more interesting movie if the leads' roles were reversed.
Yeah.
Oh. Sinise as the hero.
Sinise as the hero in this, and Nic Cage sort of playing up, but Nic Cage dialing it down and Sinise dialing it up.
Can Sinise pull off that shirt?
Maybe not, but maybe you get something. Maybe Sinise wears, you know what he could pull off? A Notorious Big B.I.G. Versace type joint.
Oh yeah, the sweater.
Get him a little louder and stuff like that.
I thought you were going to go Travolta Cage reunion.
Oh, that works too.
Where either of them could have played either part.
Yeah, but you know what? Travolta can dial it up.
He could have been Kevin Dunn, I think, because he's got the general's daughter in him. We know he can wear the uniform, right? General's daughter, you seen that
movie.
One? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's an unfortunate film.
Yeah.
As I saw the movie, I kind of felt like in this movie, at a certain point, Cage was doing what he was doing.
Yeah.
And Sinise was doing what he was doing. And
that was what I was saying. They had different energies. They're kind of like not really on the same wavelength in this movie.
Right. If they would have switched it up, each guy would have subverted something, and it might have been a little bit more interesting.
My hottest take. Nic Cage, #1 guy all time you could cast in any part of a Vegas or Atlantic City movie.
Oh, he's done.
He could play all the parts.
Oh.
Yeah.
He could be a blackjack dealer, cop, crooked cop, gambler, bookie, fight fixer, pimp, security guard. Name anybody that works in a casino. Nic Cage could play that part.
Great take.
It's the only one that I can't think of anybody else you could say that about.
Also, it can be the everyman that kind of gets his girl stolen by James Caan.
Could have been in the car with Vince Vaughn and Jon Favreau, younger Nic Cage, as like the third buddy, being like, Vegas! Could have done everything.
Great take.
Casting what ifs. Wow. De Palma offered Sinise's role to our guy, Al Pacino.
Oh.
Who turned it down.
Would have needed an older actor to play the other part if you do that, right?
I was with Rick Santoro half an hour ago.
He, of course, is the original utterer of "Here comes the pain."
Yeah.
Carlito's Way.
And then this is where
You
it
want to
gets.
be big time? You're gonna die big time.
This is where
Carlito's Way is so
good.
I've been with made guys, connected guys. Who you been with? Love that.
Van. This casting what if is going to break your brain.
Okay, let's see.
Offered Sinise's role, wouldn't take it because he wanted 20 million and they offered 12. Our guy Will Smith decided to do Enemy of the State instead. We all won.
Good movie.
Yeah,
Good
two
movie.
winners. I'm
Good
glad he
movie.
did Enemy of the
I like
State.
Enemy of the State.
Look at the incestuous Enemy of the State he takes because Tom Cruise turned it down, who worked
Yeah.
with De Palma
That's
in
how
Mission
movies go.
Impossible. Like the whole nine. Interesting movie with Will Smith in this movie, man.
Could have played either part, but I think him as Commander Kevin Dunn, Will Smith never played a part like that.
Right.
No.
I actually
Would have been really interesting.
I
would have believed
either
him as
one.
Nic Cage
He
with
never
Friends,
plays
too.
sleazy guys
never
either.
plays sleazy, never really plays villain. So like
He needed
How
a
about
couple
this?
of those, man.
Give
he really
Will
did.
Smith the fucking 20 million. It was 1998. Like he was the most bankable
It's kind of surprising
under 40
that they
guy that
wouldn't
we
pay up.
had.
yeah.
It is kind of
Bad job
surprising.
on them.
There's
Anyway,
a
They have
long
to pay for
line
the
of
tidal wave.
best that guy award. We went through all the candidates. I think it's Michael Rispoli, even though we know what his name is. I think he's the most that guy of all of that guys.
I have done Rispoli and Mike Starr. I think
Mm.
those are like elite that guy actors.
I have Burks just because Denzel fucked his girlfriend in the other
Yeah.
room while he was asleep in Devil in the Blue Dress.
Who do you have for Deion
First I'm
Waiters
hearing of
award?
this. It's the first I'm hearing of this.
Who do you have for
Uh,
Deion Waiters?
A
Carla's not eligible.
woman named Jane Heitmeyer, who
The
plays
redhead?
Serena, the redhead, aka the blonde, who is my pick for the CR. I would throw my life away for her.
There you go.
Wow.
She's
I was gonna
she
say
has the
a
juice.
De Palma movie with the redhead, and gambling, and it's a lot of things that check Sean's boxes.
Very comfortable
Carla,
movie for me. Yeah, it's like a warm bath.
She's like a prototypical Deion Waiters in this role.
Yeah,
Like prototypical.
I'm down with it. Recasting couch director or city. Can we talk about Stan Shaw being a little bit too old to be Lincoln Tyler?
Isn't it?
He was gonna be my weak link.
He's looks like he's 47. Now we did have older champs at that point. Like Foreman was older.
But if this is
He seems like he's
too
almost
older.
50.
But yeah.
But if this is Michael Clark Duncan or Ving Rhames, aren't you like, yeah, I buy that.
It like I like seeing him as a boxer. He played a boxer, Harlem Nights,
That's
all
right.
of that stuff. I love him as an actor. But when you watch it, I know he's supposed to be a little bit older, but he's jarringly a little bit older in this situation. Like jarringly old to me.
Yes.
It's 2 years too early, but this would have been a great 50 Cent part
2 years too early.
because he wasn't 50 Cent yet. That
I don't
came
know if
out
he's
in like
tall enough
2000
to be a
2001.
heavyweight.
I was trying to think. It felt like a good stunt casting. I
It's
don't think we
hard
need a
because
real actor.
There's just not a lot of actors who could credibly play a heavyweight.
Yeah.
You have to
Right.
be tall.
By the way, he didn't have to be a heavyweight. He could have been a welterweight or a middleweight. It
That's
didn't
true.
really matter.
That's true.
You know?
You know, I guess, but at that time during the 90s, that's probably a reflection to the fact that we only really at that point in the 90s were really super caring about heavyweight boxing. The
Yeah,
only
true.
guy that was really drawing someone at the lower weights was De La Hoya.
And the executioner is obviously modeled on Tyson in a lot of ways, right? They're like hasn't been knocked out in 28
Yeah.
professional fights, and I saw him in the
I
Gold
mean,
Gloves.
honestly, they could have just cast Tyson.
Could attack.
They could have.
I always like it. That's I have something later on, but like I always like it in these movies where they go with actual fighters. This role is a little bit maybe too much because then you got to act.
He's got some real scenes with
Yeah.
Cage. Yeah,
But like when they get like a real fighter, somebody that
Ving
can do it-
Rhames could have
he could have done it. He
Could've-
played a
he
boxer
definitely
in
could've done it.
Undisputed.
kicked the tires, maybe call Wesley Snipes his agent, being like
too small of a role for Wesley.
98
Too small of a role for Wesley.
in the late 90s.
Blade, same year.
Yeah.
Too small
Okay.
of a role for Wesley. Yeah.
Craig, you still have your flex category or no?
A lot were swiped. I was going to bring up Lincoln Tyler. I got the Elizabeth Shue for Gugino. Also, like, why did she have to wear that wig and dress? Why didn't she dress super understated? I don't understand why she looked like that. That makes no sense to me.
Yeah, she could have worn like a hat and a brown
Yeah.
wig. Yeah.
Baseball hat.
Doesn't make sense at all. This one might not go over well. I don't know about the title of this movie. I don't think it has anything to do with the movie. I feel like Snake Eyes is more of a casino term. There's no dice in the movie. It's about boxing. I just thought Snake Eyes didn't make any sense. I feel like we could have had a better title. Call it Fight Night.
Well,
Fight Night.
It's a double entendre.
Fight Night's a good title.
Double entendre because it's like
House always wins.
No, but Sinise is the snake. Like he's the one who you think he's one thing, but he's actually the opposite.
And they say the title.
He's luring you into his trap, and he's a predator.
Everybody loses. Everybody comes up Snake Eyes.
Well, like the house always wins. It's like, well, who is the house? Like there's no real casino gambling.
It was the missile defense system, which eventually gets pushed forward, which
They
we learned about. So
lose-
Gilbert Powell, who is at the seat of power, wins as Power always does. That's the house.
That's why I said I don't think it would go over well.
Get your head out of your ass, Craig.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
Craig, I like
Stay
it.
woke.
I like when Craig zags.
So what's a good title then?
Fight Night.
Oh, you did say Fight Night.
Fight
like
Night's
Fight
good.
Fight Night works. Everybody's fighting their own battle.
Sure.
Yeah.
Apex Mountain for Cage, no. De Palma, no. Fixed boxing movies.
Dickstown.
Ooh,
Rispoli,
Yeah.
Rispoli, yes.
I have Rispoli.
Carla, no. Atlantic City as a viable destination for a movie like this, yes.
Now, I think the answer to that is the movie Atlantic City, the Louis Malle movie
Never
with
saw
Burt Lancaster, Susan Sarandon, which is an
Great
amazing movie. But this would be number 2 for me.
You know that movie?
Never saw it.
That's a throw your life away Susan Sarandon performance.
She's
What era are we talking about? Like
1981.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's her throw your life away era. For sure.
she's very attractive in
Never
that.
saw it.
That's another movie that's gone. That's one of those 80s, 90s movies. There's no record.
Older guy
like,
character piece.
no, it's like gone. Like
Oh, people don't watch
think,
it. Yeah.
No, I think it's like doesn't exist.
I
I think it's one of those that's just out.
I have thoughts about the older guy character piece.
I love those movies.
I love them.
I love a movie where it's like this guy's 63.
But they won't
It's all
do them
slipping
anymore
through his fingers.
because the older guys
They want to be too young.
They want to be too young.
This is the problem.
You know, Criterion, the streaming app, which is really good, and every month they change the movies, and they'll have some that haven't been streaming for a
Yes.
while.
Their programming is amazing on that service.
Them and AMC are the only ones left that would have a movie like Atlantic City.
Mhm.
But for the most part, they're just gone. And I don't know whether it's like a rights thing but it's really frustrating, especially for this show, because there's movies we can't do because they don't exist.
You know,
Revenge of the Nerds is gone.
do you know, like, this is interesting that we're talking about this. Like a month ago, like I'm at the crib and I was just like, I want to watch The Mac.
Mm.
You seen The Mac?
Yeah.
I want to watch The Mac.
Mm-hmm.
I could not find The Mac to watch it.
Bernie Casey?
No. The Mac is Max Julian as
That's what it was.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like
The closest you can come is watching them watch it in True Romance. That's what Drexel Spivey is watching on the TV, right?
Yeah.
Right.
You see, I know I'm pretty, but I'm not pretty as a couple of titties. But like it's
So that one's gone.
yeah, the Mac. Couldn't find the Mac. Wanted to watch the Mac, couldn't find the Mac. Settle for Superfly.
As
So-
always, I'll just say by physical media, you will always have access to these movies.
Yeah.
That is true. Some of them. Oh, Atlantic City is, you can
I
rent
have
it.
the Mac somewhere.
Great.
Is
Recommend it. It's a
Oh,
good
no,
movie.
that's the wrong
I
one.
bet my mom and them got it. They got to have it in Louisiana somewhere. I know we got it somewhere.
Atlantic City. Oh, anyway. All right. Moving on.
Oh, Apex Mountain. How about this?
Yeah.
Boxing matches in non-boxing movies. In a movie that's not about boxing.
I'm trying to think what else is in there.
Like in a movie that's like
Pulp Fiction?
We don't see the fight at all.
like think about it. This movie is not about boxing. Normally boxing matches come in movies that are specifically about boxing or
True.
about the sport.
It's a very good call. There definitely has got to be another example.
There's
there.
got to be, yeah.
You should prep Sean.
It's gonna come. It's gonna,
Now I'm going to just be haunted when I
He would
forget
just
to name
walk
one
through
movie.
his own Criterion closet just looking for a boxing movie.
Well, there's a lot of movies in the 40s and
Yeah.
50s like this, right? Like The Harder They Fall is technically about the 50s version with Bogart. Is technically about fights, but it's not a fight movie, but there's a
Mhm.
fight in it.
right.
I'm trying to, there's got to be a good example of this. I can't think of it.
Yeah, I'll think of it about 9 hours from now after the pod's already done. Stan Shaw, no. I do like Stan Shaw.
He's
Mhm.
awesome.
I think
But
he's
I-
a little miscast in this.
Oh, Hunter, he's too old.
Yeah.
But I was trying to think what he's been in a lot of good stuff,
Mhm.
but I think the number one is probably Great Santini.
Oh,
But he's also in this movie that doesn't exist anymore, Tough Enough with Dennis Quaid, where Dennis Quaid's in a tough man competition. And Stan Shaw is like his, I think he's the other guy in it, but he's been around. Stan Shaw was in 5 boxing movies somehow.
I feel like I know him. What do I know him best
Does
from?
he have a boxing background? Because
He must.
I
Yeah.
know him from Monster Squad. You ever seen Monster Squad?
Oh,
Yeah.
the kids, they all get together and they're gonna go fight the monsters because the monsters come out of the vortex, right? And Abraham Van Helsing, he comes in at the end of the movie, but then at the end, before he comes in, they have this girl, she's supposed to have a virgin, read this incantation that's gonna send Dracula back to this thing. And they have one of their friends of the Monster Squad, they have their sister read the incantation, and it doesn't work because it turns out she's not a virgin. And that you didn't know this because you figure like she's like 16,
This movie
17
doesn't
years old.
exist.
It's facts.
It is. It's a
It's facts.
quality.
I definitely
film.
haven't seen this.
Like
then.
it turns out, and then they have one of their little sisters who's a little girl.
Yeah.
She reads it. Van Helsing comes back through the thing, gets Dracula, pulls him back through the vortex. They win. I think Shane Black wrote that.
He did.
What
write
year
it.
is that?
It's directed by Fred Decker. It's like 86.
All the monsters come back to this town.
It's
The
Dracula, Wolfman,
the
Frankenstein.
creature
Another
from the
one.
Black Lagoon,
Yeah.
all of them.
It's perfect gateway horror. If you're 8 years old and you see it, you're like, I'll watch horror movies forever.
And it fucked with me because I learned about the lore of the Wolfman because they killed a Wolfman in the movie.
Wolfman's got nards. Yeah.
Wolfman's got nards. They killed a Wolfman in the movie, and then the Wolfman goes, "Oh, thank you," because he's been released from his curse. I fell for him.
Stan Shaw's in that movie.
Cruiser Hanks.
So this was going to be my other hottest take, but I didn't want to step on this category. It should be Cruise and Hanks. Cruise is Santoro, and Hanks is Dunn. And then when it's revealed that Hanks is the bad guy, it's the most shocking reveal of the 90s.
Yeah.
And
Easy.
this movie would have made $900 million. You leave the tidal wave in, you get an extra $50 million in the budget because you've got the 2 biggest stars of the era. And it's directed by Brian De Palma, who's just worked with Cruise on Mission Impossible. And we know it will be great in the movie. And Hanks, of course, was already in Bonfire of the Vanities. What make this movie?
Couldn't you make the same argument for Cruise and Will Smith?
They're not the same age. To me, you
good point.
You
They
could
wouldn't be
get
friends.
away with, I
Yeah.
think, Cruise and Hanks being the same age.
If it's Cruise and Hanks, this movie is the espionage version of Interview with the Vampire. It's like 2 titans coming together to where just the fact that their names are up there together sparks a whole bunch of interest for the movie.
Is there a spot for Cruise to run in this movie?
Not
Maybe
really.
he's
It's
running
pretty
through-
confined. Maybe through the back hallways. You can always find spots for him.
Down
to
the
run.
hotel room.
Maybe he
Oh,
has
the
to
hotel
run down the
lobby.
hotel
hallways.
hallway.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he would have put that in his in the
In
negotiations.
his contract. Yeah.
He's like, I read the script. When Rick's on the 35th floor, what if he's on the wrong side and has to sprint the other way? Scorsese or Spielberg? This is obviously Scorsese. This would have been a cool Scorsese movie.
Yes.
And what part would Philip Seymour have played? I think Sinise's part would have been.
I wrote Gilbert Powell,
Which one was that?
the Donald Trump figure that John Hurd plays.
Oh.
When he gives he's yelling at Sinise's character about all his plan and what's going to happen and how he needs the millennium to open. That's just a very PSH kind of moment in the movie.
Picking nits. What do you got, Van?
They're having a full-on party with crack before a heavyweight title fight. They're smoking crack. It's pre-fight. Now, I know that boxers get crazy, but I don't know how many times I've seen them go to the back where the fighters are getting ready, and there's a full-on model party happening in the dressing room of the boxer where they're getting down. And
I think that might have actually happened during the Tyson post-jail era.
maybe before the fight. She's covered in blood and she's running through the thing. One guy stops her. Other than that, nobody really gives a shit. It's the whole time she's covered in blood. I'm trying to think of any time I've ever seen someone, even with a bloody nose, you're like, hey man, I don't know if you know, but your nose is bleeding. She's got blood all over her.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
You wanted a cop to set her aside, full body cavity search. That's what you wanted.
Full search.
Yeah.
And why don't you get out of those bloody clothes?
Yep.
Right, those are the types of movies I like. He's running security. Gary Sinise's friend. Gary Sinise is running security. He, however, gets his boy tickets to the fight. And there's been no security screening of any kind. He just chills right there with the Secretary of Defense. I'm like, is there no lyric or no piece of dialogue where you go, hey, man, I'm glad that you guys put me through this extensive security search where now I get to chill and sit right next to the Secretary of Defense, all of that stuff. None of that happened. It's just, I'm the bodyguard for the Secretary of Defense. Hey, my friend, come to the fight. I don't think that it works that way. I don't know why it popped in my head. Another thing is,
wow, you're really bringing it to the table this
just
time.
one more time. Just
You're
one more.
snake eyesing it up.
These are some slightly high BMI heavyweights. Now, I am not in any way.
I thought the same thing.
I'm not in any way.
This looks like an ESPN Friday Night Fights fight.
If you guys look at me, I'm not in any way shaming anyone. I'm just saying this is a two heavyweights fighting that in the 90s, this wasn't the heavyweights. It was Lewis and Tyson and Holyfield and all of that.
Razor Ruddock.
You know, you had maybe a couple of guys, but these are some high BMI heavyweights. That's it. That's all of them.
What'd you have, Sean?
Well, I mentioned already that Carla Gugino's plan is incoherent. Craig also points out that she's dressed like Marilyn Monroe in an attempt to get the attention of the Secretary of Defense at a fight. But then her whole intention is to be a whistleblower, to have this whole plan destroyed, and then so she would put herself out of work in theory.
He doesn't need to get her attention. He invited her, theoretically.
More importantly, we have fucking email in 1998. Send him an email.
She said she wanted to deliver it by hand because I think she didn't want it to get.
No, she.
We have email.
There's specifically some mention in this movie somewhere of an email that was sent.
But it was a mention that was said in a way where email was still kind of new and it seemed conceivable she wouldn't be able to get an email to him.
No, but she says something in the movie about either she sent an email or there was an email or something in the movie.
I feel like she could have gone up to him before the fight versus during the fight.
Right, rather than during the fight.
And maybe giving it
when every camera's on him.
Yeah,
she's going to hand him an envelope.
Everything is
Couldn't she just have also gone to the press?
In theory, yes.
Probably worried about her life.
Although because he was being applauded, maybe he was a beloved sec def.
Right.
You know,
we forgot about
he could have been a hero.
Right, exactly.
I have a really stealth boxing nitpick. The crowd is just too energetic and into it and upset in the first minute of the fight. They're just booing because there's not enough action. No crowd has ever been
knockdowns in the first round.
But initially they're booing because there's not action yet. And it's like the fight just started. That never happened.
Can we talk about Jose Pacifico Ruiz for a moment? So I didn't know where to put him. I don't know if he should have been in overacting. I don't know if he should have been weak link. I don't know if his character's
It might be a new category. It might be the Jose Pacifico Ruiz worst sports movie character.
First of all, you know, I'm sure he was a wonderful boxer. His acting is abominable. Like, he is absolutely terrible in this movie. Also, when Stan Shaw...
He really is awful.
He's so bad. He's mugging in the camera.
His name sucks. Jose Pacifico Ruiz.
If we're to believe what Tyler Lincoln says, this guy was also on the take, but he's fucking up the plan because he doesn't know how to box? Like, what exactly is going on where he pulls back on the phantom punch? He doesn't go for the kill when he's supposed to. He's kind of jabbing him. You know what he's describing?
He's talking shit.
Yeah, he's talking too much shit. He's losing sight of what the job is to do.
Do you think he even knows that there is a job?
Isn't it clear that he's supposed to know when he hears the sign 2?
Yeah, I think they're both
in on it, right?
I think they're both in on it. I could be wrong.
It's terrible. Good play, Bush on. Here's my biggest nitpick. Why isn't Carla wearing contact lenses? It's 1998. It's like, if I lose these glasses, I just become Mr. Magoo. Like, you have a job working for a defense, or you're a weapons analyst. You can't put in some contacts?
There is one really funny Mr. Magoo style pratfall moment, though, where she comes out of the bathroom after she's cleaned herself up and she's walking back into the arena and she bumps into the wall and she looks at the wall because she can't see.
Right,
because she can't
It's like a
see.
nice reminder of the fact that she
Also,
can't
if
see.
she was that blind, the glasses would be way thicker. And I say this as somebody who's blind, and I've never had a pair of glasses those look like reading glasses.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Contact lenses, A+. Love them. Where would I be without them?
The actual, nobody notices the heavyweight champ punching out a cop. That one jumped out to me. And then, obviously, Carla making a move on Nick at the end. Where does that come from? They have no sexual tension the whole movie. and she's batting her eyelashes and being cute and being like, maybe you should look me up sometime. It's like, what is happening?
They did that.
This guy's a loser scumbag.
He does make a move on her earlier in the movie when he sits her down before it gets real and he learns that his friend has betrayed him. But so there's some indication that he's down.
The only 90s movie that had the sense to take out the underlying sexual energy between the man and the woman was The Pelican Brief.
Yes, because America's racist, right?
That's part of it.
Yeah.
And that's where the sense came from.
Yeah.
Missing a major chunk of that movie.
Yeah, like that's the only movie that was like, you know what?
You think they showed full penetration in that scene
I
that
think
they cut
should
out?
have gone. I think they
Darby Shaw got a world rocked.
I think they should have gone with The Pelican Briefs.
Ayo.
Like you make that movie, right? I'm surprised they haven't come out with that.
Did this movie have a porn parody? You know,
they definitely could. And so, like, but everything else, they just had to do it. Like they had to do it. They had to make the people have some type of energy. They always had to do it. I guess they didn't do it in Didn't they take it out of You Can't Handle the Truth?
Few Good Men. Yeah,
they took it out of that one too.
Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Joe doesn't get it.
She was with the Galactically Stupid.
With the Galactically.
Sequel, prequel, Prestige TV, all black cast, or Untouchable. Prestige TV, maybe. I don't know.
Oh wow!
Maybe.
So defeated.
No, I just.
Oh my
I
God!
I wouldn't fuck with this.
I've never seen you be so defeated by your own category.
I think this movie's fine.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do.
I think a prequel about Rick and Kevin growing up is kind of fun.
Okay.
And then we see Kevin's dark side, but Rick can't see it because he's kind of a scumbag.
Oh. Is this movie better with Wayne Jenkins, Danny Trejo, Mad Dog Russo, Doris Burke, Buffalo Bill, Sam Jackson, Nell, Byron Mayo, Tony Romo, Chris Collinsworth, Daniel Plainview, Longlegs, or Wilford Brimley in The Firm? I have a new combo for this. Joe Davis and John Smoltz announcing the fight. And there's another knockdown, John. Whoop, gunshots. The Secretary of Defense is down. And John Smoltz goes, yeah, we've never seen this before, Joe. This is pretty crazy. That's all I got.
Is the idea there that they don't have enough energy?
Yeah.
Yes, that's the idea, Sean.
But if Shohei Ohtani was present at that fight, they would have cut to him and said, there he is! The greatest man in the history of attending fights! Ohtani again! It's Joe Davis, that bastard. If it's a Dodgers moment, he really gets his dander up.
Yeah.
Poor Blue Jays fans.
I should have put in something about them bringing up the Joe Carter home run.
Yeah,
during
was a lot.
During the Lincoln Tyler
just
fight.
Just stop bringing the fucking shit up, man.
Joe Carter. It's like
Carter.
history lesson
painful
time.
now.
Yeah, now it's tough. A moment for Blue Jays fans, that was brutal. That was brutal.
And Lincoln Tyler is down again. He sure is, Joe.
I do think I can't adequately do this because Chris is not here, but I do think Byron Mayo would be incredible in this movie. If he was like, Kevin Dunn, my old friend, meet my friend Serena.
Oh, in the backstage? Yeah.
That would have been good.
What was Carla's name in this movie?
I forget.
She's
Carla.
Yeah.
I noticed you lost your top. Let me take you to the gift shop.
Carla, I've got air conditioning.
Probably unanswerable questions. I just don't know why all bad guys don't use a silencer. What's the downside?
Great note.
Yeah, it's a good note.
Incredible note.
Is it heavier? What is it, Craig?
It's bigger, bulkier, harder to pack. It's longer.
Harder to conceal.
Yeah.
That's true.
Just like if I was ever an assassin, silencer every time.
But I love a scene when like two assassins are getting ready to go to work and they start screwing the silencer on. I'm like, that's movie magic to me.
Because you're getting ready to do a
Action's
job.
gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shows how deliberate they are.
Yes.
FanDuel line for Lincoln Tyler versus Jose Pacifico Ruiz heading into the fight.
Yeah.
Like Tyler minus 650.
Yeah.
They said he was 10-1.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they did?
10-1 favorite.
Ruiz was
that was answerable.
Well, that's why he was getting this. He was so fucked up about the bet.
Yeah.
What piece of memorabilia would you want or not want from this movie? I could offer you the bloody $100 bill.
Mm-hmm.
I could offer you Nic Cage's jacket, which you could wear.
Yes,
I could offer you an actual poster of the fight.
Mm-hmm.
You could frame that. What would you take?
I have another answer.
Go.
the ruby red ring, which is revealed in the concrete slab at the end of the movie, at the end of the credits.
Oh, good point.
Yeah.
Which is the ring that Serena, the redhead, wears when she's killed, and then they're pushed off into the concrete slab. That's like there's all this big sequence where after he kills them, we see them getting loaded up into this truck, which is really a weird way to dispense. And the 2 dead bodies are inside of that concrete slab.
So you'd want the ruby red ring.
Yes. Chip that out.
Coach Finstock or best life lesson. I'm naive. There's worse things to be. Guess that would be it. Don't be naive. Best double feature choice, Blowout? Face Off?
I'll put Face Off. Just run it right back. Nick.
What do you have?
My 5 nominees.
Domino?
Oh, wow.
You tell me which one you like.
Okay, cool.
Dress to Kill. JFK. In the Line of Fire. No Way Out.
Oh.
LA Confidential.
Whew.
Which of those do you like?
No Way Out.
It's pretty close
Way Out's pretty
tonally,
good.
right? Where
Yeah.
you're like, this is a sleazy crime drama set in the world of high power politics.
Craig ruined No Way Out, though.
Why?
He said Sean Young wasn't hot. That
Oh,
movie.
no,
that
Yeah,
was
it's a
the
big
worst.
Stand by
controversy.
This
it.
is one of the greatest
Stand by it.
Controversy.
fuck ups.
No,
Like it's
no.
like one of
It's
the
classic generation.
Let's
Honestly.
get a
It
poll. Let's get a
Genuinely.
poll going
it
online.
sends me through
embarrassing.
like because the poll would have
It's
to
the
be
worst.
it sends me to like in like a actual
Gen Z
fucking-
can't participate.
Here's-
Like we need like
Oh, right.
we need like geo blocking,
like a
but for a
rage.
generation
Yeah, only
where
boomers
they can't.
get to vote.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like
sure.
nuts. It like sends me to a
That's just how it should be in
rage.
America too. Only millennials and boomers get to vote now.
Hey, here's the poll. Watch the movie. Does she do it for you? I'm winning that.
Like okay. I mean, maybe amongst your generation, the ones
Yeah.
that shy away.
Nah,
from
I'll take
perfectly
it
good
across
breasts
the board.
in
I'll
movies.
take your generation too.
Yeah.
It's like, but dude, that's a tough one, bro.
I also remember, she is Finkel to me. She is Einhorn.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm just saying, it's a whole different
That's fair.
relationship with her. I
That's
have.
fair.
It's a stellar performance.
That's
in
fair.
that film.
But also, she's not good in it.
Who won Snake Eyes for you guys?
I mean-
I don't think Cage has ever lost a movie he starred in.
Oh, interesting.
I don't. A movie where he's the guy. He
Now
just has this,
now that would have been a great hottest take.
he has this overwhelming energy that like I don't think he's ever lost a movie he starred
I
in.
had De Palma.
I mean, you know,
I thought about Carla. I did test drive Carla, but I think it's De Palma.
Carla's bra.
Well, because it's De Palma's last one that actually made some money and was memorable. And
That was my other probably unanswerable question is, did De Palma quit or get fired from the role of major director? Like, what
Whoa.
actually happened?
Let's look
'Cause-
back at the
He makes Mission Impossible, massive sensation. He makes this movie, makes money. It's a well-known movie. We're doing it on the show right now. And then what happened?
hits
So-
his late 50s, and directors usually have a run of somewhere between 7 and 25 years, unless you're Scorsese or
So,
Spielberg.
I think he turned 50 when he made this movie.
It said,
so
it said he was 56 in this.
50, okay,
Or
maybe it's
56,
56.
57.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we talked about Mission to Mars.
Bad movie.
That bombing, you think
Yeah.
that killed it?
That's a bad
big
movie.
Disney swing,
yeah.
Yeah.
right? And
He
it
never should have made
bombs,
that movie.
And then he comes back, and Femme Fatale was like a movie that people enjoyed, but it lost money, and it was sort of controversial
Yeah.
and a little bit off kilter.
It was like a Euro sensation.
right. And then after that, he kind of just
Oh, that's like Black Dahlia,
Black Dahlia.
Redacted.
What was the movie with Rachel
Passion.
McAdams? That one's weird.
Passion? Yeah,
The
I
Office
think
one.
it's
I kinda
interesting.
like it.
Yeah, it's cool.
You ever seen that?
It's very classic De Palma, really kinky.
Gets a Tubi classic.
But yeah, he's
But it's almost like I think maybe he threw his chips in because he didn't go back to do.
that quote about him saying it's the internet's time now, movies are over in 1998 is chilling.
He's pretty lit. And I think there were some things that happened too.
Pretty what?
There were things that happened to him in the
what's
70s and 80s that I think there were some things ingested and smoked and done.
God bless him. The Noah Baumbach, Jake Paltrow documentary about him is one of the most pleasurable things I've ever seen. I can put that on at any time of day and enjoy myself, or it's just him talking about what a genius he is making his movies.
Him and Schrader. Well, I guess and Friedkin too. 3 guys who were like, is that recorder on?
They're
Just
the
a
best.
fire blower. They
Yes.
could give a shit. Craig, let's hear it. What'd you think?
Loved it. Every time I
Oh.
watch a De Palma movie, I'm like, man, I fucking loved this movie. I got to watch every De Palma film because I think I've only seen the ones that we've covered on the show. I love Body Double. I just like in general when great directors make smaller movies. Like this, even though the budget was big or whatever, the story feels small and kind of random or insignificant. And I just think it's more enjoyable. The stakes feel lower.
That's the end of the Rewatchables.
Sure.
Thanks to Craig Horlbeck for producing. Thanks to Gaha, who passed out an hour ago.
Under this.
Thanks to Ronick, as usual. And we'll be back next week.